We're all gonna talk about Riki-Oh, and then
Riki-Oh.
we're gonna try to.
Are you recording or
Yeah, I'm the one recording.
okay?
I'm gonna try to.
You're the one who will record.
I'm gonna try to keep this like under an hour or something.
All right, Riki-Oh.
Yeah, I'll just give like a basic introduction right now. So like,
This is the Jew Star.
yeah, this is the Juice Star. I'm the anime hero, so I have some friends who are here with me today. Just tell me what you guys do. Like, who are you, Kingofkilps?
I thought propane and propane accessories.
Oh, damn. No, but seriously, like I know you're not that active on YouTube anymore, but just give it like a little basic summary of yourself.
I do things. You want me to make an AMV for you? I'll do it. You want me to build a type machine and destroy myself? I've done it. It didn't end well. I had to kill my great space grandson. It did not end well. Let's just say that much.
Yeah, at least it's not better than Fry, becoming his own uncle or grandpa.
Oh God, yeah, that's true.
No, but by the way,
So Grunkle.
yeah, whatever. So you did, I know recently you did the opening for Lunar's JoJo episode reviews, I think.
I may have. I refuse to comment on such speculation.
Oh, come on, whatever. And I also have,
Suspiciously drinks water.
I also have Mr. Falcon Punch here.
Yo, recommendation master.
And Dohodo's #1 fanboy.
Probably only, but yeah.
Actually, I saw a cosplay of Dohidoro. I was really happy.
Oh, really? Oh, actually,
Yeah,
yeah, no, I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah, I was really happy. I was like, ah!
Finally.
And I think what's the chick's name? I always forget. The one with the heart guy.
Oh, Noi.
Yes, I think I saw one of them as well with the heart guy.
Nice.
So anyway, today we're gonna talk about Riki-Oh, the
Riki-Oh! Sorry,
yeah,
force habit.
no, it's fine. It's that. Actually, do you guys consider Riki-Oh sort of like a unofficial prequel to Fist of the North Star?
I consider it an in between Fish of the Blue Sky and Fish of the North Sky.
Yeah, it could kind of be looked at as that, but
That's this function. It's like in the in between of the eras.
definitely got that North Star vibe to it.
Yeah, you punch things and they explode. That's about as North Star as it gets.
Yep.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the startup of the story. Well, Riki-Oh initially begins with this man known as Riki-Oh Saiga being sent to a prison. But I also recall during the beginning, at least in the OVA, they were mentioning that the world is currently set into this like heading towards a nuclear apocalypse because there's so much radioactivity going across the lands, and basically everyone's getting ready for war and shit. And
Yeah,
yeah, and meanwhile, Riki-Oh, we discover that he just like finding inmates in prison and when looking for a certain person, which is finding information about his brother. So right now, let's talk about the first arc of the story, which is the jail
prison,
section.
prison break,
Prison.
Fist of the prison break.
Yeah, pretty much just the North Star in prison.
Yeah,
Kenshiro.
I'm already
Just
in jail.
I don't know, because it starts off like pretty similar to the whole like Kenshiro like in the jail cell bending the walls. Only this time Riki-Oh's like, no, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit.
I'm gonna stay here because I feel comfortable here, and I'm gonna find the guy who's my brother who has a swastika on his hand, because I have Star David, so clearly I must be brothers with him or something.
Mm, yeah, I mean another similarity off the bat would be Riki-Oh having the what was it, 5 bullets stuck in his chest at first?
Yeah, he has
yeah.
five of the 6 bullets in his chest, which happens to make later on the Star of David when the 6 bullets put into his shoulder.
Mm,
When he was shot with an Uzi, I don't. I'll talk about my thoughts on the flaws in Riki-Oh in a bit, but yeah, some of it
yeah.
makes sense. Oh, quiet you, quiet Iggy.
Yeah, we'll get there in a bit and just keep focusing more on the prison break. Because, oh, I guess I could better start off by asking, like, how did you guys come across Riki-Oh? Falcon, you go first.
Basically just found it through my anime list kind of like on the recommendations on the bottom for Fist of the North Star. It's like, if you like Fist of the North Star, you like Riki-Oh. I'm like, okay. And then I believe what really got me to read it though, because like you were reading it and then you were like filling me in on it, and you're just telling me how like things just escalated with Riki-Oh, so that got me interested, and that's how I came across it, got into reading it.
Alright. Kilps, how do you discover Riki-Oh?
Basically, I watched Falcon's video. I know you talked about it for a bit, and I was like, I need to read something. Either this is another one of those weird ass hentai, weird ass things that's just monster moose that Falcon Punch oh so loves. I watch something or read something manly for once. After much internal dialect, I said, "Screw the rules. I'm gonna watch Fist the Prison Break, or read Fist the Prison Break," and thus I finished Fist the Prison Break within 2 days.
2 days. It took me 1 year.
Yeah, you probably have to wait for the scans. I just like go flick, 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 flick on my phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to remember. The way I remember how I got into the series was actually through a recommendation from Phoenix Kai, but now his name keeps swapping to either Von the Stampede or Black Raiden. But
Yeah, I always get confused with that.
he keeps swapping it. But anyways, one day we were having this conversation on Skype, and he told me like, "Hey, Hero, have you seen the Riki-Oh story of Ricky, or the live action adaptation?" I
Yeah.
was like, "No, I haven't." Well, what is it? Well, because I'm pretty sure it's basically Fist of the North Star in prison. So I was intrigued by this, and he did tell me that I think it's based on a manga. So I did some research, found the manga for it, started reading it, then I started seeing the similarities like left and right. The whole like
Yeah.
stars in the chest, well, burying a star, a constellation of sorts, like on his body, fighting against the thugs, and usually obliterating them with one punch.
One punch.
Yeah,
It was One Punch Man before One Punch Man, confirmed.
He's making carcasses and corpses left and right. But I guess one of the most appealing things of Riki-Oh is how violent it was.
Dude, like this series, man, you got people punching people's faces off, brains coming
Okay,
out, ripping.
like
It's
there is
crazy.
not one chapter where someone doesn't die violently, and there's 35 chapters of this.
Yeah. 75 kills. Actually, there's more than one kill per chapter.
Exactly, most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, like Riki-Oh should just sign up for Mortal Kombat. Like the way he does shit, like
Fatality.
yeah, I forgot. Like no, I remember specifically one chapter. Like this one guy was biting down his fist, and he's like, "Oh yeah, now you can't punch me." And then he just
Yeah,
lifts his
like
fist
no,
up
you're
and then
my
punches
trap.
his brain
Punches
out.
up.
Like, I don't know Hokuto Shinken, but I don't need it.
I know Fist of the Two Star. You're already David. What? It just come
You're
on.
already David. Oh god.
Don't know. Is that all you're already kosher? It doesn't flow in my head.
Well, hopefully no one gets offended by this, but yeah, basically, like let's wrap up the prison section, because initially the prison is mostly just, I guess, pretty normal aside from the violence, because I mean you have like these thugs. One is just the cross, well, heavily implied to be a cross dresser or something, just with long nails, and then martial artist, whatever. Then you got this other little old dude that uses like these wires or something. I forgot what he did. And then you got this other thug that's just muscle.
Muscle, muscle, muscle,
Yeah,
power.
some in muscle, man. Like fuck yeah. I don't know, but look, I do remember that a lot of Rikio's, like some of these coolest moments or manliest moments occurred in that arc, such as when he gets buried alive
Yeah,
and ends up surviving that shit for like I don't know how many weeks, but
I think it was a 1 week, 7 days. They said.
yeah, because
Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
luckily for him, like they threw in a dog like through that bamboo because they were trying to suffocate it, but he said he just cracks it somehow. I guess with his teeth, he cracks the damn bamboo and starts eating. Fucking
Don't mind me. Just got some munchies. Thanks for the dog meat.
yeah.
Om nom nom.
I'm trying to remember because I know the movie adapts pretty much the entire prison arc. I suppose faithfully because in the OVA version you don't see that final fight against the owner of the prison who ends up like being a martial artist of the same style because he turns like all I don't know I guess little Toguro is the best way to call it.
If anything, it reminds me of a Master Roshi.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, Master Roshi is this is my final form, and he ends up just being this massive, huge guy. You're like, Wow, shit! I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, flex muscle time, and then
Muscle.
I think. Do you guys remember if that dude actually started using key energy? I want to say he was, but I don't
I
remember.
think he used it like once and like implied to use it. Like, I have mastered all these attacks. But then, like, Ricky was like, well, my key gets amplified because you're evil, and just slaps him in half.
I
Slap.
don't know. The key in the series was kind of weird. It was like off and on.
Yeah. That's another thing. We'll discuss like the flaws in a bit, but like,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
we're wrapping up the prison story. It was like there was so much gruesome because both of you seen the live action movie, right? Oh yeah, you guys have. Of course you did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw so vivid. I was like, what the flying? I'm confused.
Yeah, there was so much because part of the movie came down a little goofy in areas with some obvious like when they throw down like a mannequin down the stairs or something. I don't know. There's a
Yeah.
scene like that, but the amount of gore and blood everywhere is I'm just kind of wow. It is pretty faithful. I mean, they're getting the right fights right and everything.
Yeah. Even that one scene where I think like Ricky gets choked with some dude's lungs or something like
Yeah.
that.
It was his
Like
test.
guts.
Yeah,
Yeah, intestines. I'm just like,
yeah, that's
damn.
one example of the violence of that series. Like, I'm gonna, like,
That's just like so hardcore right there.
I'm gonna stab myself to make you think I'm killing myself, but in reality, I'm pulling out my own intestines to choke you with them, Riki-Oh.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Why would he do that, bro?
Why are you so
Just
cray, huh?
why?
Riki-Oh.
Are you so crazy? Why are you so
Actually,
crazy?
that actually reminds me. The first violent moment in the whole series was when the guy ends up scraping the other guy's face off with that wood cutter thing, and then that same person ends up getting stabbed with the nail to the eye.
Yeah, it's a very fucking violent series, man.
It's really detailed, the artwork. I recall that the panel where they tear off like the guy's back is like one of the most detailed pages out of all the manga.
Yeah.
But actually, that raises a question right off the bat with the negatives. Why the fuck is there a kid in the damn prison?
Yeah, I don't know.
See,
Did
it's
they
just
explain like was he born in the? Oh, and then again, how does it
No,
explain
no,
he was?
that's Stone Ocean. That's
Uh,
Stone Ocean.
where the kid's born in the prison. But anyways, go.
But wasn't Riki-Oh born in the prison? Like,
No, um, shit. Actually, his mom was in prison, so yeah, technically
yeah,
he was born in prison, but he didn't
uh,
stay there for all his life. They just.
yeah.
Mm.
Hence, I'm just like, yeah. It's a good series, but there's so many like what
Well,
moments.
that's how manly series are. We defy logic.
No, but but Fist of North Star has some logic and like some less moments. But Riki-Oh is like blood, what, blood, what? And I love how they even had like the character that inspired M Bison has a katana. I'm like, okay, he's M Bison with a katana,
Well,
a
that's the next
magical
step.
space katana.
Yeah, they're like, hold on, we're getting there. We're getting there to
I know, but
to the bison. But
there's so much fluff.
yeah, I know, getting there. So, anyways, we got a kid in prison. Not sure how he or why he's supposed to be there. Well, I understand that it's supposed to be like a sympathetic role for him because he ends up getting killed by
Yeah,
the
like anyone who tries to be
mailman.
friends with him dies.
That's how it is for a tragic manly hero.
No, but like Kenshiro has some excuse, it's like one or two people when he dies. But literally, anyone says, "Hi, Riki-Oh," dead. Literally, the next page, like expect him to die.
it's very sorrowful. I
No,
mean, yeah, because like Ken had Lennon bad. I mean, this
they
Ricky man,
survived. They got married in the end. Riki-Oh doesn't have that. Like, you have the kid dying. You have his adopted father dying. You have his adopted mother dying. You have his biological mother dying. His brother dying. Several side characters that just die for no reason. And it's just like, how am I feel sympathetic if anything he touches just dies?
He's
Oh,
like,
hey, little
anything. It's
cat,
like it's
death.
morally wrong for him to get next to someone.
He's like, I'm just gonna stay at this mountain. Just leave me
Mount.
alone.
I don't know. Maybe it's like
Ricky-Oh flies solo, man.
maybe it's the equivalent of like the man who can turn everything he touches into gold. Like it just fucks up.
Only he turns
Or
everything he touches to death.
yeah, it's like,
Rotting
touch you, you're dead.
corpses.
Touch you,
to
you're dead. You're dead.
into blood and fucking.
Blood everywhere.
The only friends Riki-Oh has are flies.
Even they die too, man. He just has his
Oh,
fists. He just has his right hand.
Oh my.
So wait, so if he were to touch himself, like would he end up killing himself?
Oh God.
Like I'm gonna use the fist under the masturbation. Uh-oh.
Oh God,
Ah,
I'm already
shit.
dead.
Maybe
She.
Maybe he doesn't work on him. I don't know.
Immunity.
Maybe that's the exception.
Oh, okay. So we can wrap up the ending now. Like, so basically,
All
he
right.
ends up, once he discovers the whereabouts of his brother and defeats his other, the only threat in the prison, basically, and then he breaks down the wall. He's like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm gonna search for my long lost brother now. Which honestly, that whole plot revelation kind of came out of nowhere towards the end.
And it's just like, I'm done with this prison.
Literally,
I'm out of
he's
here.
like, I'm out of here. Bye, guys. Like, "Ah."
Meanwhile, everyone else is still fighting for survival in the prison, so who knows whether they left or not. I mean, shit. Oh, actually, that reminds me. There is actually one reference to Fist of the North Star in that whole prison break. There's just one scene where the guy with the yeah, I completely forgot about this guy. The guy with the with the hook hand and the eyeball thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It
yeah.
was gross. I mean, he was drinking
Yeah.
stuff out of his own. Oh, whatever. The point is that he had this special type of bullet that supposedly increases someone's oxygen or something. It basically makes them fat.
Yeah, and then explode.
Yeah, Riki-Oh just like does the I forgot what he does. Does he catch the bullet and throws it back, or does he?
No. I think what happens is the warden shoots the fat guy and uses the fat guy as a
Okay,
as a shield.
yeah, I remember now. Yeah, then he gets fat enough, and then he explodes, which is one of the closest scenes to Hokuto Shinken explosion you're gonna
He's
see.
already dead.
Yeah,
Explode.
you're already a balloon.
Balloon.
Boom. Well, then again, it's in the movie.
Alone 50p.
Yeah, it's in the. He died like in Chucky 2, so exploded
Yeah.
with air. So, anyways, Riki-Oh finally leaves the prison, and the first OVA adapts all this scene, but it leaves out that final fight and the explosion at the end that I wanted to see. So, it's kind of weird because the first OVA isn't that good in terms of. I don't know. The OVAs itself are always lacking in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that thing that just tends to be obvious within the 80s and 90s. Like, the more tested such pilots, whereas if you look at more modern OVAs such as Hellsing OVA or the Hellsing Ultimate series, the more like, okay, we have the budget of a small film. Go crazy, guys!
Yeah, Riki-Oh, they managed to capture like I don't know. It always
Catching
felt
the
like they
best
were
guys.
fast forwarding to some things, but I do appreciate the updated designs in the first one, where even the guy with the nails actually was dressed more formally. So other than just the prison uniform, and then the guy that he fought with the tattoos, the intestine dude, he actually looked more like a demon more than anything in that version. But yeah, anyways, out to the real world where we get more information that the world's pretty much fucked up, that there's a war gonna go down, or basically the apocalypse is gonna happen. But along his travels, Riki-Oh comes across like this island, I think, or land. I forgot exactly where, but he goes to this place, and the first thing he sees are giant elephants.
I think they call it a cape. I don't know. I don't know if it's a translation thing, but they call it a cape. Where it's underground.
Mm.
I think that's maybe like a cave for the person with pee, or like I don't know, but like
Maybe
yeah,
underground by a cape, by I don't know.
I
by
don't know.
Batman's cape. Like here's Batman's cape, and then there's the stuff here.
And then there's also like I think even before he leaves the prison, he meets like, or maybe a little bit after, he meets like that robot guy.
Yeah, it's just a little bit after. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Yeah, just like out of
basically,
nowhere, it's like that's like such a like a whiplash. It's just like okay, we're kind of in the real world. I mean, there's like some fucked up people, but okay. And then robot guy. I'm like, what the
I
fuck?
it's so,
won.
it reminds me of one of the characters from the Adult Swim series. What's it called? I think it goes the something Bros. What was it called? Adventure Bros. And there's this character look exactly like him. I was like, wait, so this is where he came from, you know? But yeah, like I think after that, there's a bunch of Americans or two American jet pilots who are thieves. They both die because, as always, anyone who touches Riki-Oh will die. You know. Beats up the
Actually,
elephants.
I remember like some other
Yeah.
stuff because I don't remember like I want to say the moment he showed up there or the next arc starting she meets like
Yeah.
this I forgot what they called, not a fortune teller. It's something, a spiritual medium of
A wizard.
old lady. This, what did you say, a wizard? What?
Yes, a wizard.
Not a wizard.
Necromancer. I don't know.
Well, he meets this old lady or whatever, and then she's warning him that if you go there, like
Your bone.
you're gonna fuck shit up even more than it already is. Somebody, no, it's my destiny. I must find the man with the swastika. Not the seven scars, but the man with the swastika. Why? Because I am the man with the Star of David on his right fist. So, and then, well, we're not going to reveal the whole Jewish portions until a little later, but because I guess we get some of Riki-Oh with 3 arcs, with one, the prison, two, the brother, not
Okay.
his brother, and the third, the father. But
Yeah.
let's stick it to the brother the
So
moment.
one could say the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I suppose.
I'm sorry. You come on. It just kind of was
There's a lot
there.
of religious undertone. Well,
There's a lot of religious undertones.
well, there's almost more. It wouldn't call them undertones after a certain point. It just become like, yep, it's part of us now.
Yeah, pretty much at the end, they're just like throwing it at your face. It's like, hey man,
It's
we're
Star
about
David,
religion up in here.
man. It's
Yo-
Solomon,
Yo, bust
man.
out your Bible. Oh wait, no, I don't. Wait,
Yeah.
do Jewish people? They don't have a Bible, right? Or is this?
They have a Bible, but that goes up, I think goes up to the Old Testament, so they don't have anything of the New Revelation.
I don't know, like fuck.
Testament.
Well, I don't know. Fuck the new. It's all about the old school. Man.
Old school, yeah, man.
Yeah.
School,
Anyways.
man.
Anyways, so he goes to this place, and but what I kind of hate is how repetitive it got. Because after he breaks out of prison, Riki-Oh ends up like he meets this martial artist that's supposedly like that's supposed to be like a friend of his sensei or
Yeah.
something.
The seventh student, or something.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, he's just like
I'm kind of
Ricky,
decent.
Ricky, we need to stop these evil people. Why? Because there's nuclear radiation everywhere. They're throwing it out, and then you see these dead kids in trash cans. I'm like, oh shit.
It's like, you use the kids' argument. I can't stop you now.
So, anyways,
Shoot.
after that, like the sensei ends up, I think he ends up dying, or he dies later.
That's a bit later because then we meet M. Bison.
Yeah, okay. So he dies later. Well, yeah, because he goes to this like city, and this is like this big ass thug, which I'm pretty sure was supposed to be Mr. Hart. Like these village people. Then he sees like his brother in the distance, and he's trying to go get
He
him.
has the whole Shin Ken brother.
Yeah, bro.
Liquid, solid.
So yeah, because they're throwing. That's when they started throwing the religious elements, because you see like his brother like surrounded by sheep. Or like a pastor.
The living god.
Yeah. Fist of the living god. Well, the thing is, I'm trying to remember the story how he goes. I'm getting like order of events a little messed up, because I know he meets M. Bison, I think, around there.
Yeah, basically, he meets M. Bison saying, "So you showed up. Here is my special sword. Bang, bang, bang. Now you're in the Thunderdome." Basically. Because he sends him to another prison, but then he breaks out of that one,
Yeah, that's the problem.
and he goes to the Thunderdome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of a problem because you just broke out of prison. We just started new stuff. I mean, you beat up a giant elephant, you beat up a giant thug, you're looking for your brother, and then out of nowhere...
You get beat up by M. Bison, thrown into prison, then you go into the Thunderdome.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's what I hate, because you just broke out of one. Now you're going back into one? I'm like, come on.
It's like, I like being in it. I feel like I'm in the womb. Like, that's the argument they actually have. Maybe it's like his closest thing to a home is prison. Like, what?
It's pretty fucked
I'm sorry. What? Who would willingly go back to a prison, especially the worst kind of prison in the world, as the people who hear about these say?
The one with radiation and shit. Well, anyways, shit. I'm trying to remember because I know he beats up another person in the prison. But
Yeah, he beats someone else.
He gets the attention of another dude.
Yeah.
And they're saying like, I know where you can find him. You go to this underground place, which
You go to the Thunderdome, basically.
yeah, the Thunderdome of Mad Max.
Yes, 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Yeah, but the fights were like, even though it was very brief, I do recall the OVA did it also. There was a very brief scene where they're fighting on this weird ring fences, and then the guy's like pretty much stabbing the guy's eye out with it. I'm just like, he's just dragging him, skidding him all across the damn ring. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I know Riki-Oh fights someone there or something. I don't know. I think but I remember the next scene, he ends up being knocked out somehow or something. Then he wakes up, and then he's like in this luxurious part on the ground where workout equipment.
No, what happened is
And then Lee Cyborg shows up and it's just
no. What happens before that chapter happens is he gets into a fight with someone because it's in the Thunderdome and it's his first match, and then he fights someone who's just about to be set free. He meets his brother, goes, Shin, save me, please, kill me, please, please, please. You know.
well, I wouldn't say Shin. Like his brother's.
It's kind of because it looks like Shin and Ken because like Shin's always on the higher position and Ken's always in the lower position.
Yeah, there is
like,
that similarity, but I also, but at the end, his brother's more like evil Toki. So
okay, fine, Evil Toki. Evil Toki says, "Screw you," and so then he, basically gets beaten up and he beats the guy who's about to win. Then he meets the crazy android cyborg thingy. Is he a cyborg or an android? I never understood. Like,
he was he had to be a cyborg because he was originally a person first that
yeah.
did that. Because I remember, boy, actually, I'm not sure now.
Because he said he was a robot and he hated humans.
No, wait. No. I think he was manufactured. Actually, I'm trying to.
Yeah, they called him a robot slave.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know. You just see him. He's just lifting weights, and I'm just like.
Literally, he
What
like,
is that?
okay,
Like, okay.
draw it down. Let's go Robo Frankenstein.
Let's take a step back. I mean, okay, we got martial arts and radioactivity, some mutant-like things. Giant elephant was one thing, but to go to the realm of science fiction, like very like.
Here's Robo Frankenstein. Here's Robo Frankenstein. Basically.
Yeah, I forgot. There's this one panel where you see like these like futuristic police guys flying through there too. At one point, and it's just like.
Where did this
Bear in mind, this was made in the early 90s, so this is just the near end of the Cold War.
It's like, where were these guys the whole time?
Well, I guess that implies also that, maybe the prison was just like a smaller part of the whole world of what was going on out there. So.
And even then, if you have these robots and flying police people...
And giant elephants, let's not forget those.
Yeah, like, obviously the technology's advanced enough. Why aren't the prisons are pretty basic looking prisons.
The prisons are private prisons, though, so they're trying to save money. I think that's the only excuse I can think.
Well, I don't know. Like, should they have like electric fences or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. They did say that a lot of the prisons were privately owned. Basically before Dead Man Wonderland, there was a
Basically, before Dead Man Wonderland, there was Riki-Oh!
Son.
Riki-Oh, son.
Yeah. Anyways, so Cyborg Man, because I know there's this other subplot going on with Bison and this other dude.
Yeah, Bison Otto. Otto Steiner.
I don't know.
I just remember his name.
Well, the difference with this Bison is that he's a swordsman, so. Then
but he still poses like bloody.
Yeah, I know. You showed me the imagery where it seems the animation of. Wait, Riki-Oh came out before Street Fighter.
Riki-Oh, Street Fighter 2, which is when Bison's first appearance was. Let me see. I think it was 92. Let me just check. So the very first Street Fighter came out in 1991. So this is a year before Riki-Oh finished. Riki-Oh finished in the 90s. 18, I think it was, what was it? Riki-Oh, I think it was, what's it, 88? Yeah, 88 to 90.
Okay, so Riki-Oh did make the design first.
Exactly.
Because, I know there's other characters that resemble that specific design. I think it was based on Doom Megalopolis or something like that. But I do recall that I guess even the One Piece Blackbeard pirate Shiryu of the Rain resembles the Riki-Oh villain too, because he's also a swordsman and happens to be in charge of a prison. So there you go.
But the M Bison one's like, wait a second, hold on. The first panel we see him posing with his hat, I was like, M Bison runs this place. Oh, that is awesome. Oh wait, and the thing is, he uses ki in his sword, which is similar to psycho energy. You know.
Oh, so you mean like instead of a psycho gun, it's a psycho sword?
Instead of a psycho crusher using his hands, he uses the sword of honor, a meteorite sword. You know.
This is my stand, psycho sword. I don't.
Like swing.
No, he had the sword of Anubis or something. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's basically the sword of Anubis.
Whatever. So basically, there's some subplot going on there. He wants to like take his daughter or something, or I forgot.
No. What happens is Steiner comes in saying, "Oh yeah, everything's going to plan, my lord. Good." And then he gets told by the main villain, which is kind of weirdly explained later on, that oh yes, you're just a pawn in this. I'd like to see your daughter, and I'd like to see this what's the Rikio's brother called again?
Nachi.
Nachi. Yeah, I'd like to see Nachi and his daughter. So the M Bison goes cray saying, right, so they're gonna screw me over, I see. Hmm. And then that's when we basically lead us up to the next fight to Riki-Oh and Captain Cyborg.
Oh yeah, they set that fight up because
Yeah,
then it makes the after the little fight in the rebellion. But to me,
yeah.
you are human. Like this, they're like, oh, you're right.
It literally is like, but to me, you're human.
Really?
Wait, am I really human? It's like, I can't fight you anymore. Ah, it just goes.
Manliness, manly friendship,
Exactly.
soulful
It was
manly
like
friendship. I
like
don't
the
know.
quickest, manliest punch I've ever seen. It's like doing weights. I think you're human. Well, that's bullshit. You're still human in my eyes in the fight. Okay,
Now I
I'm gonna go sacrifice myself now.
for manliness.
Yes. Like I could just always hear the Iron Sheik theme play when he goes once ago.
Yeah, I guess. And I mean, I don't know, it is pretty abrupt. That's why I kind of wish that they made an adaptation to like stretch things out a little bit. It's
Yeah,
just a
remember it's like 75 chapters long, and like most of it's like fight, 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 fight,
yeah,
fight,
yeah.
death,
It's
death,
really
death,
fast
death, death, death.
paced for the
It's
story.
really fast paced. Like the thing is, like if you look at something like Deadman Wonderland, it's been 66 chapters just in the prison arc, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty well explained in comparison to Riki-Oh, which Riki-Oh does like 3 stories in 75 chapters, which is pretty quick if you think about it.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. I mean, well, then again, Fist of North Star was pretty fast with his story arcs too.
Yeah, but it was pretty like clear cut. Like you had in between arcs, you had like almost these filler scenes, you know. Like after the Shin arc, you had him, wandering around a bit. Then you had like towards the Rao arc, and then you had some like calming scenes, and then you had the New Age. Then you had some calming bits. There was some slow time.
Then we had the Prince of Egypt arc.
Yeah, there's a gradual progression,
Yeah, and it didn't
Whereas
drop
with
bombs on you
Riki-Oh, it's
like
literally
Riki-Oh.
like Riki-Oh is like prison, escape, one chapter 3. Oh, hello, you're my sensei. Yes, I am your sensei. Oh, let's have a flashback scene. Flashback scene. This is within 2 chapters. Oh, I know I must go now. Bye, sensei. Bye. Off he goes.
Oh,
Whereas like there's a few
oh, to the next journey.
exactly, it's just like go, 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 secure, go, go, go.
Yeah. So, well, like any, because we're gonna get to the Ricky versus Nachi fight, but Falcon, any thoughts on like the whole, up to that point of the
Yeah,
cyber?
up to Cyborg Kamikaze himself.
I don't know. When it got to that point, I'm just like, what the fuck? Just like, I don't. You kind of just question like, what am I reading? It was like felt like there's so many ideas going on. It's just like the guy couldn't decide which one. It
Exactly,
was
like
like
Just throw them all in there.
like when he was
threw in
having
everything he wanted. Like I like martial arts. I like
I like deep
Fist of
philosophical
the North Star.
debates
I like
on
robots.
yeah, just like because like when he's actually speaking to Otter, he's like, oh yes, that Riki-Oh and Nachi, the antithesis, atheism and theism, communism and liberal democracy. I'm like, where are you putting this from? One has the Star of David on their hand, who's the Star of Destruction in your eyes, and one has the Nazi symbol, which is the Star of Life. I'm like, where are you putting this from? Like, you know. And when they two meet, they'll be uber powerful. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. M. Bison, please go back on this. How do you explain this?
Yeah,
Like,
because they did mention there was like this. He was talking to some organization that was gonna like
yeah,
lead to the destruction of humanity, so they can
yeah.
basic. Well, this actually
God's
does tie in.
paradise, as they put it.
It does tie in later with the father
Yeah,
portion, but
yeah, but that makes no
basically,
sense.
yeah, basically the whole plot it was basically that we're gonna fuck shit up, escape from the planet, and then come back so we could just basically be the gods of this, so we can rule over everyone.
Yeah, we can accumulate all the wealth and all the money.
And it becomes Trigun. Actually, there is some similarities with Riki-Oh and Trigun. Now that I think about it.
Well, see, the thing is, Trigon doesn't kill. Riki-Oh does the exact opposite.
No, I know,
If
but
anything,
Yeah,
he's more like knives.
Riki-Oh just like
He's more like knives than
fight's
anything.
not over until someone's dead.
Like,
there's no
exactly.
Like,
mercy.
you're not dead yet. All right.
Like, I can only name like 2 scenes where he doesn't actually kill someone he's actually fought.
We're gonna get to a moment that I really question. So, anyways, after that, if he asks, because I know he fights against that other dude who made his body mostly cybernetic or something, or I don't know. He was
Yeah, he fought Robo. He fought Otto. Yeah, on the bridge.
yeah, on the bridge. There was like a lack of humanity.
I can love that M Bison's daughter. I'm like, and Rikio's like,
I don't know.
okay.
I kind of feel the character kind of came out of like wasn't really needed per se.
Like Otto could have just been like a side guy. Like, no, I must die a manly death because I survived in a World War body of M Bison. Yeah. and then he like dies. He's like, oh no, I died.
I think he only served to give some more exposition on like the world's.
That's his only job. Like when he dies, like, oh no, I have died, but look after her, please. And he's
I'm
dead.
like, well, not really. I'm just gonna kill Bison and then
My job is to kill Bison and ask forgiveness from my brother. Tata,
Yeah.
Otto.
So he ends up injuring Bison or something. I remember like didn't he lose an arm or something or
No. What happens then is M Bison goes cray cray and wants to kill Nachi because he's he's gonna be left beside alone. And so Riki-Oh finds out about this because M Bison's daughter's manservant, or I don't know what was she, like that weird lady
um
who dies, and then Riki was like, oh, I must go to protect my brother,
oh
and
yeah
then
yeah
like
yeah
M
yeah.
Bison's
Yeah.
just setting fire, and then
Yeah, she had like
oh
something she had like some swords or something stabbed in her back or like a
yeah, and then
yeah, she goes up to him like to a saber, then Ricky goes, but then that's when the story, well,
goes
evil
cray cray.
Toki Nachi ends up, becoming evil. Because there's this
Toki
one
wow.
scene that's really fucked up. That's really fucked up because he basically turns all evil. I don't remember how exactly he turned all evil. No, I remember he was always evil to begin with because
Yeah,
the reason he let people recover so they could suffer more later and die miserably. Because I recall there's a scene where all these people, the villagers or people,
yeah,
they're trapped in this building and they're saying like there's a small hole on they're trying to let their little girl escape,
yeah.
and then they all get set on fire. She manages to survive, but then Nachi makes all hell.
M Bison
Yeah, yeah.
picks up, makes a shooter, and everyone gets set on fire, and now she just stands there like,
And Onachi
I'm an
just
asshat.
and Onachi just makes all hell break loose, transforms into this demonic form,
Goes demonic Super Saiyan.
naked to girl.
Oh god.
So he gets all naked and evil, and then he basically
Oh.
makes this earthquake happen, and I don't know. Then
And then the girl
the
dies.
little girl ends up. Ricky tries to save her, but the little girl ends up literally being crushed by the earth, and all he saves is like her arm being pulled out. I'm just like, ah, shit, that's another kid dead.
That's what was going in his mind.
Damn it.
God,
Like,
how do
no,
you get all these saves? Why can't I save one kid?
you know what? Here's a good opportunity for a joke. Like, no, I lost bad. Now I can have my Lin either. Shit. I can never become Kenshiro now.
I gotta become Kenshiro's other brother. Bro.
So now he fights Nachi because Nachi, you're fucking out of control, man. But we also get this backstory revelation that Riki-Oh that discovers the reason Riki-Oh's going through all this shit is because he's really the cause of all this shit because he abandoned his brother back in the orphanage to be adopted by a rich family because by the most dickest of reason, I wanted
Oh,
my
yeah.
own bicycle. Sorry,
Tricycle,
bro.
tricycle. You wanted a own tricycle. That's the best part.
You made all this shit happen.
How many people died for this damn bicycle? It better have been a really good ass
No,
bicycle, man.
Did it come with the
tricycle.
bell? Did you ring with it too?
Tricycle. That's the worst
Better
thing.
have a bell, leather
Ding
seats.
ding.
I don't know, man. The
I don't want to
works.
call that fire that comes out. I want to have play dank memes and music when it plays.
Wait,
You know.
was it even a bicycle or a
It was a
tricycle?
tricycle. It was a tricycle.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking tricycle, man. The
It's a
three wheels,
tricycle.
motherfucker. I mean, what was so dickish about that? He abandoned his brother during the game of hide and seek too, so he just like makes
In the
him
snow.
Yeah,
In
I
the
know. It's
snow.
like,
in
hey,
the
hey,
snow,
man.
man. What the fuck, Ricky?
It's cold and
That
everything.
is
Like,
cold.
Riki-Oh, where you at? Riki-Oh, I'm gonna go home now. Riki got adopted. God damn that, Riki-Oh, what do you get? You got a tricycle. God damn it, I will destroy every tricycle and every human because of this.
You called his ice, Ricky. Like,
Cold as ass,
Size,
Ricky.
Ricky.
fucking Vanilla Ice would be like, man, that's cold.
Like, ice.
Like Lord Dio, man, you see what this guy did to his brother, man.
I know you can't count any breads and
Like,
you
man,
kind of
I killed Dio. Be like, I killed my brother's dog, but damn, that is brutal.
That is brutal. Like,
Fucked up, bro.
Like, man,
and like Rao was just crying, like, I've got more tear ducts because how cruel and evil that was. Oh, that's just evil.
So anyways, Riki-Oh is like kind of similar to Rurouni Kenshin by this point, except
Yeah.
that his whole story is basically repentance that he wants to be killed by the hands of his brother, but then he realizes that his brother is very fucked up, and it's all because of his fault for abandoning him. Never got that brotherly love and affection. There was no one there, so Ricky takes matters in his own hands and fights Nachi. But it discovers that when their fists collide, the Swastika and
Stop, David.
the Star of David, it basically causes a fucking tornado, and it basically kills.
This is with a touch. Like they didn't
Yeah,
even
just
touch
by
each other.
touching, they're like, natural disasters happen, and they realize that. Well, we're gonna get to this a little later in the father arc that they're hinting at that these two kids are the childs of destruction, so they were basically supposed to bring the apocalypse. But anyways, they're fighting.
Brofist.
Yeah, bro, the ultimate
Yes.
brofist.
The
They're like,
Brofist
hey, I don't know, hey,
Armageddon.
bro, yeah.
World ends, man.
So, anyways, I remember I don't remember. Does he kill Nachi after the whole tidal wave or before?
No. What happens is
I'm
so
getting so
part way he goes and fights him, then he finishes the fight, then he goes and saves them. You know.
Yeah, cause like so he pulls I don't know, not pulls, he pushes this thing that's supposed to like close some valves or something.
Yeah, like increase water or in a nuclear reactor, trying to cool them.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was a nuclear thing, so
Which shows they got Chernobyl.
they stop it. So Ricky, does it single-handedly, and makes like a tidal wave or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Basically, at the end, he fights Nachi. He snaps his neck, and then
He just hugs his dad's like, I love you.
I know, but then like I think a tsunami hits or something like
yeah, tsunami hits. And
yeah,
then,
tsunami hits, but then what makes it fucking fucked up and sad is that after Ricky kills his own brother, which was bad enough, everyone ends up dying too. So I'm just like, oh shit.
like, I caught the mini earthquake.
Yeah,
And
it's
Like, all for a fucking bicycle.
Yeah,
tricycle.
Tricycle.
the series.
Like, a bicycle makes sense because there's two wheels. It can be kind of cool. A tricycle is a ship version of a bicycle.
But that's, I'm actually thinking of a symbolic reason with the tricycle right now, which I don't know.
Symbolic?
Yeah, I think of a symbolic reason right now. You could call bullshit on me, but here's what I'm thinking: the tricycle represents the lack of maturity, the lack of growth. Hence, the fucked up shit that happened.
There could have been so many better versions of symbolism.
How many kids died?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Tricycle. How many?
Still, man, what he had to do to get it, man, leaving your brother out in the winter cold, pretending to play hide and seek so he could get adopted by a rich family.
But the thing is, though, it's the weird when he gets adopted, and they find him, like, the doctor falls like, you're with me now, son. And Ricky really questions it. It's like, okay.
I don't know. I'm thinking like even Rao will be shedding tears, like
exactly. That's the same. Like,
I wouldn't do that to my brother. Like you're evil.
And all the bad guys are just like, man, dude,
even
you're supposed to be the
Satan
protagonist of the story, man.
I'm the devil, but that is pretty devilish.
Damn.
Oh god, that's just even for a tricycle. What the hell? It's like if it made sense if it was something deep and philosophical, like, oh, for a fatherly love. No, for a tricycle. I left you out of the cold to freeze to death for a tricycle. I mean, this creepy man promised me a tricycle. He said if I get in his van, I get a tricycle. Like,
it better have been a very damn good tricycle, man.
I don't think it was. Because he didn't turn out as a good kid afterward, did he?
He didn't keep it. Does he still ride the tricycle?
It'd be funny if he wrote it in prison, like Rikishi.
Okay, they guys in the prison. This is my tricycle.
Oh god.
Yeah, bitches.
You want some?
No
my
regrets.
Tricycle.
No regrets.
I don't remember what someone Rikishi beat. They're like, damn, that's a badass tricycle. Well, I just have this fucking bicycle, man. I ain't shit. I ain't cool like
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
next
look at Riki-Oh with that tricycle.
Oh my god, I just thought of something. Riki-Oh and Rikishi, the Ricky brothers. Like, it's Riki-Oh and Ricky, the Ricky show in prison.
Oh god.
The Ricky prison show.
Later on, he just throw in Rikishi, man, just for the hell of it.
Oh god. Alright, right, where were we? Back on topic. So yeah, he bear hugs his brother to death, then he becomes bloodthirsty.
Well, before that, I actually want to say that the series could have actually ended right there.
Yeah, it could have just ended there.
It could have ended there. It would have been a very depressing. It would have been a very tragic, depressing ending along the likes of Devilman of all things. So
yeah,
it could have ended right there. But the story continues for Riki-Oh's true path of redemption and recovery, because after that, obviously after you fucked everything up.
After you
You're
kill your
right?
brother,
Yeah.
force an army, kill a bunch of kids.
You call.
What else you do? You
literally-
go home.
You're literally a walking disaster. Like that's what you are, and like your nature.
You're Violence Jack. You are literally Violence Jack.
You know that is true. Riki-Oh is pretty similar to Violence Jack. Just-
No, like especially after he kills his brother because he turns into really violent. And the first thing he says is, "I didn't come to save you. I just wanted to kill some stuff." I'm like, what happened, man?
Yeah, I mean, after you
like,
call
damn,
that shit, you're gonna be depressed. You're like.
No, but this is a year after apparently. Like a year after he kills his brother, he's like this.
Violence, Riki-Oh. Violence hero? No. Violence, Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like he's also got a beard, so he's got the Kenshiro thing going from us as well. Like people only realize him after he shaves his beard off. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. Like he.
Because then he meets the guy who
Yeah,
shot
because
him
he's
with
very.
5 bullets from an Uzi in
Yeah.
the shape of a star, which makes no sense.
Oh no, it's like maybe there were
We'll
they
get to
special
that.
bullets or just ordinary bullets?
No, there were bullets that had letters on them,
Mm.
and that's the magic power.
Well, I don't know. You know, this is where the final story arc, which I just call the father arc because that's what it leads to.
Daddy issues.
Daddy issue.
Daddy issues, the story arc.
Yeah, I don't know. He already has brother issues, so now it's like now he's suffering from
Gone
social
from
skills.
fratricide to patricide.
I mean, because yeah, right at this point, it just kind of like I guess wandering aimlessly because depressed.
Goes Kenshiro. Basically, goes full Kenshiro post Shin. Wonder.
Yeah. Like actually, you can relate the ending of the whole brother storyline to the Kenshiro Zero movie. So
Yeah.
the more I look at this, Riki-Oh has a lot of similarities to other things even before they appeared. So
Yeah.
so.
Like,
Oh, fuck.
M. Bison.
Yeah. So, anyways, he wanders aimlessly because I remember there was a storyline where he ends up going back to his home to his adopted
Yeah,
parents.
that's like the chapter just after. He goes home, saves a bunch of old people from being mugged by Yakuza. Then he meets the guy who shot him with a bunch of bullets. Then he goes to his mother's grave and finds a bayonet there because that's what Nietzsche's last word was: "Go to your mother's grave and you'll find your true meaning." Blech. Basically,
You are the chosen one. It is your destiny.
you go find your lightsaber, Luke.
Yeah.
So then he finds a magical bayonet, and when he has a new gorilla partner, then he goes saves the kid. Then he drops the kid off, and then guess what happens? The Yakuza guy is back, and he kills everyone.
Oh, that reminds me. Like it's around there. It might be a little later. Because I know there's some moments where there's this guy that's sent to kill Riki-Oh, and then Riki-Oh kills him, and then the guy's like.
Oh yeah, that's just after, and
Guys,
so that's when he goes to
I
do
just want to bring this up. I
father.
just want to bring this up because we all got opinions on this. I'm pretty sure. So this guy shows up, wants to kill Ricky. Ricky kills him, and then at the end, like, please save. I only did this to try to save my daughter. And then Ricky's like, I'm just thinking, God damn it! If you just told me. If you just fucking told me that from the beginning, I would have just played along. You could have played. You could have pretended that you captured me or something.
Yeah.
Then I could be like, aha! Like if it's all a trap. We're like,
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it! Like I just pointlessly killed someone. I don't
Exactly.
feel good,
Yeah,
man.
that's just around that time because so what happens is he fights the wolf people who are the Wolf Fang clan from North Star just turn up out of nowhere. No, sorry. He gets kidnapped by the daughter guy.
Wait. Before that, didn't they say that the Fang clan that they killed his adoptive mother, like they ate her?
Yeah, they ate them alive, ate her alive.
Yeah, so I'm just.
And so that's after he kills the Yakuza guy, I think.
I don't know. The order of events are a little confused. We're all confused.
I read it today. I'm still confused.
It's like I don't know. He was just making it up as he was going.
It's like, and then the Fang clan attack, and then this guy's like, I already fought for my daughter.
Yeah, because I remember that his adoptive father was like going through this he was blocking his memory because of some prehistory shit, and then the sensei and the original sensei kind of comes and goes. I'm thinking like, shouldn't you told all this from the very beginning?
No, it's not your destiny to know these things until I tell it. That's his excuse.
I don't know.
It's all about the destiny.
What the flying? Okay, right.
So, let's talk about the Fang Clan for a little bit. I mean, because we know that the Fang Clan, originated in Fist the North Star, but the thing is, in Otokojuku also has their Fang Clan in the tournament arc. So I'm just thinking, I don't know. It's like everyone's got to have them or something.
Everyone's got to have some pet wolves.
Yeah, wolves. So like
And the thing is though, the weird thing is, so early in the series, Riki-Oh considers himself a wolf. You know, it's like, I'm a wolf. You can't cage the wolf. You know, you put a muzzle on a wolf, he'll rebel. And you'll bite the muzzle off. These sort of things. So when he fights wolf people, he doesn't make any wolf references and beats them up. Like, you hurt my daddy. No, the man who gave me a tricycle. You know.
tricycle man, don't leave me.
Exactly.
Tricycle man.
I want the bridge series now. Ricky on his quest for a tricycle.
Where's my tricycle, Dad? Give it.
Daddy, don't
The
go.
tricycle is his destiny.
Exactly.
But is there like a star out there where you know where shit goes
Tricycle
down?
star.
It makes a tricycle constellation.
Fist of the tricycle star.
New series confirmed. Okay. Okay.
Okay. What do you think of the Fang Clan like showing up? Like, was that? Well, okay. What's stranger to you, the Fang Clan or the Cyborg?
Cyborg.
Fine Clan for me because it was just like, and the thing is though, the power he had is random as well. It's like I can hypnotize people, making them look into my eyes. No, that's what any good seducer can do. That's his power. He can hypnotize people like, you are wolf people. You will look into my eyes, and then like how he gets over it is the same way as Momotaro gets over, you know, the sword guy in the first Otokojuku arc, putting a bandana over his eye. It's like, I put this bandana, I can read your key. I'm like, what? So key is back now?
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
know. Ki just comes and goes. Just like there's
Well,
times when Ricky's fighting, it's like,
it's
bro,
literally plot armor. It's literally plot
well,
armor.
Otokojuku was the same way too. Like he shows up for one arc and then vanishes almost altogether.
But with the Tokujuka, they use it sparingly and with some sense. Riki-Oh is on, off, on, off, on, off.
because there's like a lot of fights where you're kind of questioning. It's like, Ricky, you know, you have a Ki blast that could just like, nah,
No,
man, I have
I
to
must fight
punch him.
dishonorably
But
and that because I'm vicious.
Vicious,
Yeah.
violent,
And then,
violent
okay.
hero man.
Yeah, and so okay, so from the Fang Clan being knocked the hell out of, we have basically his adopted father having a major flashback, which then leads to Fist of the Blue Sky, basically.
Yeah, before
You know?
Face of the Blue Sky.
Basically Fist of the Blue Sky, because like, oh yeah, and so your thing was Hitler wanted to kill all the Jews, but then me and this organization were gonna make a whole land in East in like Japan. We were gonna take all the Jews and like, you know, make them great again. You know, and then like and Hitler was like, no, don't do that. And he sent this weird ass assassin to torture me and my dad. You know,
It's pretty fucked up because they.
yeah, it's messed up. But like, this is like, I was like, whoa, isn't this Fist the Blue Sky? Like, isn't the whole point of Hannah, you know, in Riki-Oh, basically the same chick as the girl in Fist the Blue Sky?
Yeah,
You know,
the one that's supposed to like you know that's
the
with
chosen child,
yeah
basically.
the one that's with the Ray clone. So you know
Yeah, with
Ray.
the Ray clone. Yeah, I was just
man,
like,
whoever's listening to this is just gonna be so lost. It's just
I'm
like,
lost.
so like,
I'm lost
you have to
right
like, you have to
now.
take notes while listening to this.
It's a lecture. It's a lecture.
I don't know. Like initially I thought we were just gonna talk about Riki-Oh, but now we're just going like super in depth. I'm like, oh shit.
But it's just like, it's just random. How can we just
Like, you know how I think the story was? Like, the author, he had his friends around, and, like, you know, they play that game where, like, one person starts off the story and just hands it over to the next person, and they do a
literally
couple
went,
sentences, and they just go around and around and around. That's how
I'm
this
pretty
manga
sure
was
it
made.
I
basically
always see
went
it doing that in
prison,
elementary. So.
prison, Star of David, tricycle. Then it went Nazis, super Nazis, M Bison, dead people. And then it went
Well,
Space Father,
anyways, what's
Nazis,
fucked up about
David.
the scene is that they give him food, and then you're kind of wondering like just eat, but then they say that we killed your wife and serve it to you.
Well, no. They didn't serve. They served. They put the wife's body in eels, and then they ate and they killed the eels and
Yeah,
fed
there
it
you
to them.
go.
And then they all puked. It was
Yeah, 'cause
like,
you even see like the remains of the wife within the eels, so
yeah.
you know, so it's pretty fucked up shit that they were eating.
And then what they do is they put bamboo pipes in her and in them, and then pour oil on them.
And they
Soy
burnt, they put something in there. It was something
soy
hot.
sauce.
Wasn't it
Highly.
just boiled water they put inside their
I
body?
thought it was soy sauce.
I don't know. No, I know they stab up bamboo into them.
It's
So
that bamboo and
oh,
soy sauce in
I
them.
think they do put boiled water or something, but basically it's hot.
Yes, it's
It
really
cooks
hot
them.
stuff going into them. Lots of fluid going into their body.
I forgot how the father died. I mean, he.
And then the father died because he got skinned alive.
Oh, okay. So, but
Like they skinned him from the stomach and then made a little bag out of him. But apparently it was an Islamic style. I was like, well, I don't get that. What's going on? I don't understand this torture. And
Yeah.
his kill him, and the son, the adopted father, who was the kid at the time, was like, no, you killed my pappy. And then this mysterious character comes in like, I killed your pappy.
We could have, I don't know, didn't they like someone?
They alluded to him earlier, but like now he's like, yes. And then Riki-Oh's master comes in, who's apparently the bodyguard for Chiang Kai-shek. You know, one of the most important characters in Chinese, early 20th century history. Just happens to have a bodyguard who's a martial arts artist who can use ki, and just happens to save a random kid who's being tortured by Nazis. Just I'm rolling with this.
Yeah, I know.
And then he saves the kid. He's like, okay, kid, you're safe now. Bye.
Yeah. It's
Basically.
basically it's similar to the whole Ray storyline, just not as violent so,
Yeah.
or fucked up, gross.
Like, I'm just gonna save this kid here. Bye.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, because I remember after that, that's where he goes to fight against the
The weird homosexual.
the weird
They literally call him a sadistic homosexual.
the one with the lipstick. You know?
The Judah. Basically, Judah.
Yeah, the Nazi Yuda as well.
Nazi Judah.
This is
You
where
did
we
not
go to the realm of. This is where Riki-Oh, it just like most of its Vista North Star thing. It kind of just goes into the whole straight on religious approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Tristan also so coy with it?
Yeah, well, then again, Vista North Star, it started off, there was really no indication of, future events like the Six Sacred Fists, the Death Omen Star, none of that in the beginning, but but it was gradual at least.
But it's all built on that. Was Ricky
Oh no.
just throws it at you, you know?
Yeah, Riki-Oh just
with the fight
punches
with
you in the face with it, man. It's just like, bro.
Yeah, it literally has the soul of David on his hand, you know? And then what's it? So what happens is he fights the crazy guy, crazy Riki-Oh Judah, we'll call him. And then he's like, "I'm your father," and Riki-Oh's like, "No, that makes no sense," you know. And then what happens is the crazy Judah's like, "Oh, if you don't believe me, look in this book." Turns out there's a gun in the book, and the book, the book gun, he shoots him, and there's a bullet with a G on it, and basically hits him, and then Riki-Oh loses all his power. I'm like, what? Bear in mind, the excuse to have is he got shot with 5 bullets from an Uzi that happened to make a shape of a star. Now, why I'm confused that this can make a shape of a star with 5 bullets from an Uzi from a Yakuza at close range is that Uzis are not very reliable when it comes to opening fire on them. Like, the panel we see is like a quick burst, you know? And this is from the Yakuza guy who's basically dead at this point. Like, he's dead ages ago. Yeah. And I'm just confused, like, so you're telling me this Yakuza guy happened to have 5 bullets from an Uzi that happened to fire so quickly that it's going to make a shape of half a star, only for Nazi Yuda to then get a Magnum, shoot him 10 years later, and succeed in crippling his powers. And only he knows this. Yeah, this is the logic of Riki-Oh.
Yeah, I know, like the whole
It just makes no sense. Like,
I know, it just feels weird. Like a lot of the backstory events when they get played in present time. I'm thinking, I don't know, like because to me it's just strange how he just managed, how the guy just didn't manage to land the final bullet.
Yeah, it's like, he just happened to get sliced across the face. Because the thing is, so what happens is he's in the scene of in Riki-Oh's past is he speaks to the Yakuza guy, says, "I am the evil master villain who screwed your family up." Ha 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 ha! Shoots at him. Riki-Oh then pulls a knife, slashes him across the face, and then somehow he survives. Like, why?
I don't know.
Okay, and then so what happens then after that is basically Riki-Oh loses all his power, and then he's thrown into the dump, and he's then left with a bunch of Neanderthals.
Yeah, but I think that's the part where Riki-Oh recovers his humanity for the most part.
Yeah, that's why the whole point. I just recover his humanity to become less of a Ra, more of a Kenshiro.
Yeah, since now he's like, now you're powerless like any mortal man. Like, work as a slave, and then
work with the Neanderthals.
Yeah, eventually it ends up, getting out of there by stabbing himself. That's how he got the bullets, right?
No, he has a kid stab him with a bamboo stick to pop it out. And then it's just like, oh yeah, it's bamboo stick, which I couldn't use earlier. I let this kid stab me with it. Who clearly knows what the bullet is? Yes.
That is like, true. He doesn't know exactly where the bullets are on the...
It's like, it's right here, just point me with a giant stick. What? Just do it! Penetrate me!
Ew. I don't know, it's like, come on, you gotta like it.
Come on, kid, just do
it.
Stab me.
Once, come on.
Come on, intercourse.
Yeah.
Put the pole in.
Come on.
Oh,
Nice and
yeah,
sharp
I
as a
feel the
shaft.
power coming back.
Yeah.
It's rising.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like he's getting like someone else to do his shin moments. You know, the 7
Yeah.
scars. It's like I
Yeah.
don't have 7 scars, but I do have 5 of them or 1. I don't.
Come on, just do it. I want to be cool like that Kenshiro guy. He's so
Come on, you
cool.
can be my bat.
Come on.
He could be my bat.
You
Oh
can be
wait,
my
wait, wait,
bat.
we
You can be
forgot
my
something.
bat.
We forgot to mention something. I think it happens before this. We forgot about about Evil O.
Oh man, I've
Oh
been waiting to
shit!
talk about this. What
Oh
the
my
fuck
god.
was that?
Okay, so for context, Evo appears. So I think this is just after, isn't it?
I don't know anymore.
But
I
it's just
forgot the
I
before.
order.
forgot when
So
it
when he
happened, but
first
it was
when he
just
first
so
It's
fights.
here.
weird.
It's in the father arc. That's all I know.
Okay, so what happens is on Riki-Oh's way, he finds on his way to fight on the land of eternal youth, basically. Riki-Oh fights his evil version of stuff. This is basically
Clone.
before he gets penetrated by a kid, but anyway. So he fights his evil version. It's called Evil-O.
Yeah,
And
no,
this is
it's
when
like,
we
yeah,
know
this is like I
the
forgot how they
series
introduced it, but the
has
guy was
run
just
out
like, yeah,
here.
I present to you Evil O. I'm like, really?
It's like
That's
that's
the name.
just stupid. Like
That's
the
the
only
name.
response to this is I could is just this is the only response I could have. Just like when I just saw all these Nazis, I was like, Wolfenstein's pumping through me, and that's it. It's just like, this is like no sense. You know, and here you can probably play the scene and you can overlap it when I'm talking, but like,
I don't know because I might not put clips because of
yeah, but basically is Wolfenstein going Nazi scum when he stabs him. It's like, Ricky has jumped the shark, done a flip, and flown off into a sunset.
I don't know.
When it's just Evil O. Like,
Right. Let's go one at a time on this one. Falcon, what do you think of the greatness of Evil O?
Oh my god, man. Just what the fuck? Like even the fucking name Evil O, and it's like just a big dumb version of Riki-Oh. It's just like a big massive dumb version. I'm like, dude, how low on ideas were you running on at this point?
I
And
was
then
really drunk.
yeah, and then I think like the way the fight finishes, like Riki-Oh is like hiding inside of him and like just
Yep.
pops out. I'm like, bro, that's
Hello.
brutal. Hiding
Like
inside your evil version of yourself and popping out.
it's like reverse
That is
chest buster.
so
Chest
hardcore.
buster. It's like reverse chest buster. Like, how is God? I don't know.
It's just, it's like, damn, man. It's damn. Evil low.
Here, Evil O thoughts.
Yeah, I know. It just Evil O is just I don't know. It just kind of like I mean, well, we already went to like very outrageous territory with the whole.
Cyborgs, giant
I mean,
elephants.
this is just
He,
outrageous and stupid.
this
It's
is more
bull.
stupid than outrageous at this
And
point.
the best
I
part
mean,
is
can
that
you imagine Fist of the North Star? They were just like, yeah, this is evil kin.
Like
It's
the
just
only time I've ever seen like the evil duplicate clone work is Samurai Jack, and that does it with a good intention at the end of the story. Evil O is just I'm gonna be evil, and
I'm
the
just
only
a
way you can
thug.
beat me is being more brutal than me. Ha ha ha! And then that way I'll prove I'm really
The
the
best part
evil
is
you. I'm like
the best part is that those were color pages too.
exactly. Just
But
like
wait, I don't know if it came later or before. I don't know. I'm really getting confused with the order of events in these arcs.
this is how we're
But
going to
anyway,
meet the
but
evil
anyway, but in
fake
okay.
father figure. And so that's how he gets in, and then he gets shot, and then he ends up with the Neanderthals, and then he goes back, and that's when he kills him.
But yeah, okay, but I don't remember. Okay, I think it's somewhere afterwards. But remember, you told me about this during Facebook the other day, and we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about this one again. This now with turns. How about Mr. J,
Oh yes,
the Joker?
I mean the Baron, who's basically the Joker, is in this, and so this is on his way to getting to the fighting the fake father figure.
I know.
Whereas the Joker is in this. I shit you not. He is called the
doesn't
Baron.
stop.
He is
It doesn't
undead.
stop.
He just loves making people smile, and he looks like the 1989 version of the Joker. Who's the guy in The Shining? Who's the
Jack
anti?
Nicholson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So it looks like him basically in terms of the smile and design.
What would have to
I was like,
I mean,
I was just like, oh no, you did not just do the Joker reference. I was like, They just did the Joker reference, and the worst thing, it works in terms of timing because Batman Begin was, I believe, 1989. So literally, you have any
Yeah,
kid reading
the Tim
it.
Burton movies were '89.
Tim Burton
Not Batman
version,
Begins.
yeah.
Batman Begins, that's Nolan.
Sorry. The Batman
Batman.
at 1989,
Just Batman.
which is a weird name for one of the reasons is, it just makes no sense. Like, I was like, why don't just why would you have the Joker in this as an undead zombie-like figure who can't die and is in charge of keeping human bodies alive? Like, it would make some sense if you use someone like Mr. Freeze sort of style villain.
Yeah,
Or
given his job occupation, I'm supposed to keep people.
of keeping them frozen, or like, I don't know, Scarecrow could have been an interesting choice.
Yeah, I know, but I still like the
Ra's al Ghul, another interesting choice you could have used because we're dealing with undead and frozen corpses.
Well, there's another
Pick
appearance
the
by another.
Joker.
I know, but there's another appearance by something else. But right now we're still on Joker, so.
I know, but it's just like, why would you? And they call him the Baron to make it. And the thing is, okay, like, he's the Baron, maybe you could just make a Baron-like figure. No, he's dressed like a clown.
Just without makeup.
He's got no makeup, he's got this weird trousers, and he's got this weird sort of thing. And the thing is, he's obsessed with Riki-Oh, don't give me such an angry look, give me a smile. I was like, oh, your fault.
Wow, it's like way before.
Come on, man! At least try!
I know. So Fauci.
Ricky, why so serious?
Exactly. You'll call him the Kidlets. Why the Baron?
So, any more thoughts on the Baron Falcon or no?
It's just, it's like at this point, the series just kept on throwing things at me. I'm just like, okay.
You couldn't give up anymore.
I think
You do your thing, Ricky. You do your thing. I'll just sit here and read it.
I don't know. I think the most surprising thing is why are we still reading it?
That's what
Because of the violence.
I guess.
My one is basically one of two reasons. One, the violence, and two, in the words of Kylo Ren, I must finish what I started.
I don't know. Then again, I guess it's just Riki-Oh just has that charm, Violent hero. Fucking shit.
It does. Like when you read it, you kind of don't think about it that much, but then like as you slowly think about it, you're just like,
why is the Joker here? Why is okay? And the thing is also with
Evil.
the Joker, Nishi's body is still there.
Nachi.
His head and the arm that had the Nazi sign taken by the Joker, which just raises more questions because the Joker hates Nazis. He said that several times in the crossover when he met Red Skull. Like, I hate Nazis. Just
yeah, he somehow so attached his arm onto his own body, right?
Yeah, like he attached Nietzsche's arm to his own arm.
Nachi's arm.
Nacho, I don't know.
Not Nacho.
Nacho.
Different thing.
Nacho Libre, man. Nacho Libre in manga.
Come on, Riki-Oh, let's
Just end it. Just end this horror show.
fight for the children. So he has the Nachi's arm on him, and then Riki-Oh does his key blast again, like his fucking 7.
Random ass key blast.
Yeah, it's beam.
7th time, he doesn't die then, but then he says, Nachi, help me! Like, okay.
Like, brother, help me. Okay. Brother,
What the fuck? Weren't you dead?
Manly,
Weren't you dead? Did you hate me?
Key
Like,
blast.
what? Key blast, he's dead now, the Joker's dead. I'm like, okay.
Before he goes away, he's like, up in heaven, I have all the tricycles I want.
Exactly.
Just all the tricycles.
Swimming in tricycles, like.
I ain't sharing, Ricky. They're all mine now.
I got the tricycles. Oh no, he got bicycles. He didn't get tricycles, he got bicycles.
I moved on to 2 wheels, bro. What about you? Where you at?
Bro. You barely walk these
bad,
days.
bro. You fucking
God.
mad? Because I was.
Ricky's like, all I got is a fucking unicycle. Unicycle.
Just like.
So anyways, we discovered that Nachi's head is still there. So, we just found 2 comparisons to other things. The whole key blast, you can relate that to the Goku Gohan father-son Kamehameha. Before that'll even appear, I think.
Yeah.
And then, we got Nachi's severed head, which that actually relates to Dio Brando. So
Yeah, it does kind of, because especially there's all that whole tentacle thing going with it as
yeah,
well.
they're around the same time also. So
And the planning was also, wasn't the day was to chop off Riki-Oh's head, but Nacho's head on it.
yeah. The whole we discovered the whole. Well, we already went to the whole religious realm, but now we went to discover that the secret plan or the whole problem is that they weren't supposed to be born as two children. There was supposed to be only one child of destruction.
Yeah.
So they decide that
Well, the mother, no, the mother was like, I don't want this, and subconsciously made two kids somehow, which
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
because
even
that's
go
how
how
it
that.
works in real life, man. It's like,
Exactly,
man, I
Toad's
want
like,
two
I
kids.
want two
Boom, twins.
kids.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
basically, what they want to do, what the father wants to do, the one in charge of all this shit, wants to like sever Ricky's head to get rid of his I guess his kindness, his mental fortitude, whatever. Basically, his
whatever.
consciousness, whatever. Get rid of it and just put all the madness that was inside Nachi's head, and basically perform the perfect child of destruction, so they could fucking kill everything.
It's just wreck it all with a wrecking ball.
And they
Anyway,
will leave the planet, come back later, assuming the child of destruction will be dead by that point. I guess.
yeah.
I don't know.
So let's just fast forward. Let's just fast forward now.
Hold on,
So basically,
I'll wrap this up quickly. So we go to that lipstick man, but we have another guest appearance when we fight him. Remember what he's wearing underneath that clothing, like what his armor is?
oh, RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I thought
Back,
RoboCop
back
let
with the
himself
robotic
go, or
shit,
he got
though.
mugged.
Yeah,
Because
so we got
RoboCop got mugged.
fuck gold cloth, fuck any type of cloth from Saint Seiya. It's all about the RoboCop cloth.
Yeah.
RoboCop, say RoboCop.
But then he got mugged, and then they end up on that weird ass like. Okay, with regards to the this villain, so something I don't understand is, and this is his quoting now, and this from the basically the evil Mega Man villain Doctor guy
Wiley.
is Doctor Wiley. No, but this is the Doctor Wiley of Riki-Oh, and this is what he says. The only woman he loved was his sister, who died age 14 before their marriage. After this, he became a sadistic homosexual. This is the reason that happened why he's crazy. And it's the same guy that skinned a man alive in front of his son, that has basically been the second in command.
I don't know. That was supposed to be his tragic.
It's
That was supposed to be his tragic backstory, but I don't
yeah, but
know.
it just makes no
I don't know. I
sense.
like Kristen All-Star villains. They kind of make sense here.
Yeah, they make
You kind of
like
force
they
it
are
a bit.
Shakespearean in comparison to Riki-Oh villains. No, it's just like, oh, what?
I don't know, man. It's like,
And
it
the thing is,
seems
this
like the
guy still
smallest
holds
challenge.
the guy who still holds the old remains of his own sister, which is like, and he dresses up as his sister, like in a female sort of funeral attire of Japanese culture, and he's just like, what? Huh? What? I don't
Yeah.
even.
So,
I
Falcon, what were you gonna say? So.
It's like everyone's just so fucked up in this series, man.
This is like
Everyone.
Violent Jack level of what the flip.
At least
You
in
know?
Violence Jack, there's still normal people. People in this damn
Yeah,
series are just
you
like.
know, but like everyone's crazy. Like,
Yeah, Riki-Oh, like everyone, it's a pretty fucked up place. Like the people are more fucked up here than the Fist and North Star villains. That's much I could say. But they're more fucked up, but they're nowhere near as like likable or as
interesting,
interesting
you
or.
know,
I mean,
anything. It's
hell,
like, I'm
Ricky-Oh
evil
could
because I'm
basically
evil.
be a Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it's a. I always kind of feel it's an unofficial prequel that this is like before 1990X, just like I don't know 1990 whatever before.
Like, this is the 80s.
I don't know 1980 something like 1989. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
1980X.
I don't know 19 before 1990X. This was 1980X, and then boom. Yeah.
Oh, and then Kenshiro appears. Hey guys, what's up? Oh my god.
But
Hey,
yeah, but anyway, so Lipstick Man,
Dies.
he dies.
Lipstick Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm just calling it.
Lipstick Man, he has the whole crystal thing. There's a revelation, you know, and he's like, I'm dead now.
Doesn't Nachi's head vanishes here too?
Yeah, this is when Nachi vanishes. Like, I give you my spirit, and now you may kill him.
Yeah,
Dead.
so
And
basically,
this is when he gets his bicycles in heaven.
yeah. So basically, he tells Riki-Oh that there's still
Go
one
to talk to
place.
her.
There's one thing left. Like now, you must meet
Kill
our
your
father.
father. You must reverse Darth Vader.
Yeah, I guess. So this is where the most confusing shit. Like even I was just so questioning whether this was like a right idea,
This is when
bad
chapter 60
idea.
at this
I
point.
don't know.
This is chapter
I don't
60.
know. I don't know whether this was a good idea or a bad idea. Well, what we're about to get into, because I didn't expect this call to be spoiler heavy, with all honesty. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We got an hour and 14 minutes of this, so we can probably wrap up in another 10 or
Yeah.
15. So
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just come on. Let's
So
go.
the
Let's
final
just
arc, they basically Riki-Oh goes to Antarctica or something. I don't know.
Antarctica. He goes to Antarctica.
He meets this kid. Well, wait, I forgot where the kid came from. I don't know, but basically he got his bat now, but he has no limb.
It was Lynn died ages ago.
So
Around
he
that
goes
time.
to Antarctica because that's his next destination,
Yeah.
and where he's gonna find his father. But around there, he sees this Nazi painting where this Nazi's his whole thing was just to wait for Riki-Oh to show up. But
Yeah.
but that's not the weird part. The weird part is another guest appearance from the Ed 209 from RoboCop again. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so
I
many
remember
guest
seeing those.
appearances, man, in this thing.
I was like, hold on, is that RoboCop the crazy evil bad RoboCop? Like, holy shit, it is.
Like
You know?
Ed 209. Like
Yeah, like so what happens then is he then fights this lieutenant guy who met the suspected Rikio's father, and he's like, I'm going to mark you, and now you're going to guard this painting for 50 years. Go now, like, and then for some reason he guards it for 50 years, and then he fights Riki-Oh, and then he dies. Like, I've died for the Fuhrer. So I just imagine this is Stroheim's brother or something. There's no way someone as particle could actually go for 50 years guarding a painting, which painting happens to be almost a foreshadowing in right now in the end of the chapters of Rikio's mum, who happened to be the girl that was saved by Rikio's father. You can see how conflicting this
yeah,
gets.
no, well, but that's not nowhere near
Well,
as
like,
confusing.
anyway, so then they eventually get into town, and they're like, okay, I need to get to this weird point which no one's willing to take me. And then all of a sudden, you have these things. You have the new villains of the arc. You're gonna be like the four horsemen of the apocalypse, like ooh, and then they give it a little description: the white, the red, the
Pale
what's
horse.
it? White, red, black, and
But
green.
they're basically people riding Ed
The
209.
four horsemen of the apocalypse riding RoboCop sleds,
Yeah, so just like,
basically.
hmm,
Like,
Why
and then the
not?
next thing you know, they get their asses kicked. Boom, they're gone.
some horsemen of apocalypse they were. But
They're like I thought it was like apocalypse level, like, oh no, there's going to come conflict because the final arc.
I don't know.
2 minutes later, they get wrecked. They get wrecked. It's like these are meant to be like the upper echelons of the organization that's taken over the world and Shadwick controlled it. These are meant to be the Hydra, like lieutenants, if we're talking here. Like, and these guys get wrecked, and one of them gets wrecked by a guy flying a plane with a cat. He just like flies into
they meet some guy with a plane, and then they just
with a car.
I don't know. Basically, they go meet the father. They go to this place. They meet the father. Ricky gets his ass kicked. Meets this man, and they're fishing on a whale or something.
And he's like, oh, the thing is, you must meditate and then defeat the father within yourself. And this takes 2 pages and he's done. Like, okay, you're ready now. Magic
Like,
whale,
Eddie.
come back to the surface. You
Now
know?
you fight your father, and then this is where the biggest plot twist ever comes in, which I'm like, don't know whether it's a good idea, bad idea, or just could have done in a different way. But the point is, we discovered his father is actually a time traveler from the future.
2,500.
Yeah. And
Who actually reminds me of
Oh,
actually a
okay.
character from King of Fighters.
What was his goal again? To time travel back to the past before, I don't remember.
I think it was. I'm gonna be confused there.
Was he a wait, he was a manufactured human or something, so...
Yes, basically he was a fake human.
Wasn't
He was a human that was born without any love, and he wanted to feel love.
So he goes back and I don't remember the details. We're probably fucking up the details more than they actually is.
I really can't care at this point because
All I know for sure is that Falcon, do you remember anything or no?
No, I just remember it went to like the ending was just like I think Ricky's dad and some other kid in space, and they're just looking down on the Earth, and that's all I remember.
I don't know.
What's it like? What's it? The father himself reminds me of Rugal from King of Fighters in terms of his just like he got this massive physique, like look at me, but like and then it's just and then like how Riki-Oh was conceived because the father raped her. I was like what? And then like the father was like I want to feel love. I love this one, but she wouldn't people in my love. But I was never loved myself because I was born in space for 2000 and I went back in time. and like I wanted to feel loved, so I went back to fight with the Nazis, and then,
Again, you know, the time traveling just came out of nowhere, just as
and the thing is, it tries to explain this is how he got his powers because he's a time traveler. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
I don't know. You just combine like religious elements with science fiction, and then
And then the thing is, the entire fight Ricky has with his dad, there's a lot of these biblical references. Like he has this whole Abrahamic and
yeah,
Isaac.
we're just gonna be quoting Bible stuff now.
Exactly, and it's like, why?
I don't know,
Like,
but the only thing I appreciate is that Riki-Oh was like, I think his whole thing that he wasn't gonna kill his dad, right? I think.
Yeah, because he didn't want to kill him because he didn't want to commit fratricide, which is like the worst crime.
Yeah.
Because he's already killed his brother, and he's trying to get rid of the ghost of the Yakuza guy who was haunting him, basically. And basically, his, I think, what was it? Someone tells him, I think it was the old guy, like, oh, you must sing the flute of life for the rest of your existence, and that way you can hope for a better future. Yeah. And so then basically we have a fast forward where they survive, and Ricky has his own son, and they're just chilling on a cloud or like a mountain, like, ah, this is the flute of life. And
it just kind of abruptly ends a bit, but.
And this is the Star of David because we can't get any more references than here's the Star of David. Ooh, like
David.
Oh god, this.
I'm looking back at the last chapter because that's where all
this series makes.
Yeah, because I don't remember. Yeah, even the last violence, the remaining days. Okay, yeah, because I remember. I forgot who chopped his head off. I know his head was chopped off. It says, "You acknowledge me as your." You know, I guess I could screen share this. Hopefully, it will.
You acknowledge me as your father, and he's like, and you're just crying tears.
Yeah, I know. No, like I've always been shouting that thing within my heart, Father. Then he starts crying too. And then like I don't know, right here, I just kind of feel like a praise, whatever.
Thank you, son.
I don't know.
Ooh, praise the sun.
All this was an illusion created by Mukai's mind. That's as well weakened. The illusion disappeared. His servants reading the Bible and all this was an illusion by Father created. Riki-Oh, I've done many.
Like, how powerful is he? How does he do this?
By destroying humanity, I hope to erase the mistakes of the past and bring all the dead spirits to salvation. By the one who was attached to the past more than anyone and wished for nothing more than the bonds of a father was I. By hearing the voice of my child out to his father, I realized the error of my ways. Take this. This is the mother's bayonet, and then he wants him to kill him with that. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember his plan. I think, from what I can gather, wasn't it like similar to like I guess Part 6 Stone Ocean, where he wants to kill everyone so he could just send everyone to heaven instead or something like I don't know.
Yeah, he wanted to keep the universe.
I don't know. I really forgot.
I don't know, man. It's just stupid.
I don't know. They said something that in order to forgive your father, you gotta kill him or something. I don't know. He like your father.
Kill your daddy. Kill your daddy.
Yeah, I know your father. Yeah, I know.
Become the Dark Emperor.
Yeah, I know. His dad's asking him to kill him, basically.
Kill me. Let me go to your mommy.
In his life.
We have more bicycles than you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a mercy killing, but the damn father figure kind of came out like a little too late in the story. I think the whole final arc is just questionable, like almost every other final arc in anime and manga. Just
no, there have been better ones done. This has been one of the worst ones I've ever read in terms of just.
I don't know.
This one was just random. It felt like it belonged for like a different manga.
Where did the space-time thing come from? Is my question.
Let's see. These are the ones beyond love and hate.
This girl reminds me of the lady from Akira, to be honest.
I don't know. I like the idea of the fact that just Ricky.
I like this idea, like he's been forgiven and now flute of life. Like it seemed like an interesting idea, Because it would benefit showing up all the victims he killed, but I don't think you can get all of them in one panel.
Yeah.
That'll be a whole volume long.
Yeah, it's all the people you killed.
Oh god.
Yeah, they.
Like, hey, look at the star! It's the Star of David, kid.
Yeah,
ooh, wow.
You see Rico? I don't know. Then the final.
It would have been funny if on the side of it was a bicycle star.
Tricycle. Someone should edit that and make it a thumbnail.
So the final page here is that you see Riki-Oh with apparently his kid because now he's forgiven himself and probably settled down with someone. Father, what is that? This is the flute of life. Bum bum bum.
Like piece of grass.
But see, I like that because the references, when he was in the prison, he had the flute thing.
Yeah, like he was doing that with a kid, but now this time like there's no death. So I guess we can imply that the world is saved, that radiation never happened, or something. I don't know.
And then the thing is though, okay, so one of the things early in the series is it says the evil organization is called the 12 Families. 12 families of Israel can clearly draw some results from there. but then they change it to Ouroboros because they call Riki-Oh the Alpha and Omega at the beginning and the end. And then they change it like, oh no, there was 10 tribes, and these 10 tribes got enslaved, and I'm a relative to these 10 tribes of Israel. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, who is the main villain's name and organization? Like, can you tell me that, Riki-Oh? Who is your main villain?
It's a bunch of different religions like
Yeah.
clashed together, not in an effective way.
Yeah, it's
So,
just like
I can see.
Ouroboros is Vikings, for God's sake.
So,
It's
alright,
Vikings.
all right. So, final thoughts on Riki-Oh, because what I can say. Oh shit, I already forgot what I was gonna say. This is bad. Oh no.
We'll come back
I
to
already
you.
forgot what it was. Hold on. I'm gonna remember in a little bit. If I could just,
Falcon,
if I could just
you want to go
remind you.
first?
It was about the
You
religious
want to go
thing.
first?
Oh, okay. I remember now. Like, I can see people find the, like, this part of the story to be pretty pretentious. Like,
Yeah.
like just as bad as Batman versus Superman with the whole, like, God. You could, like, like, and all that shit with the painting and all that. I don't know.
Yeah, it just
But
makes no
so
goddamn
so
sense.
so Kilps, what do you think of Riki-Oh now that you finished it, like from start to
How
finish?
the flying hell did I actually read this series? It keeps making mistakes and doesn't focus. This guy feels like that student at university or college who always does his work last minute and somehow he passes. But then if you look at all his work, it makes no sense. It's just because you got the prison thing, which is good. You know, you introduce the character, he's a violent guy, and then you have the Nazi thing. Like, okay, you're going Nazis, okay. Let's see how you work this. And then he just jumps to, oh yeah, my father was best friends with Hitler, who happened to be in these pictures that no one cared about. Like, what? I'm sorry. Can you explain this? And it's like, oh yeah, and then my father, and then I knew my father. He was with my father deep down inside, and so I mercy killed him, and like now I have my own son who hopefully will be murdered. Like, you did all this because, and you got adopted, and you chose to go with this creepy man who have no reason. You're now my son today, kiddo. That's how he comes across him the first time. The thing. I'm gonna be adopting you today. I'm gonna be your daddy. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna. You're gonna get tricycles. Like, yay, tricycles! It's just the only thing I can see is glad that the series ended 75 chapters. And the thing is, the chapter afterwards is actually, which is like a side story which relates nowhere to the series, is far more interesting than Riki-Oh. You know,
Did you like it or not?
I'll give it a 6. Just please, just don't make me go through it again.
Whatever.
It just makes no sense.
Whatever. Okay, going to Falcon. What are your final thoughts on Riki-Oh from start to finish?
See, I enjoyed the series. It was fun, but it was like mainly for the sake of the violence of it and the manliness of it. But then when it came to the actual story itself, it's like, the prison arc was fine, and after that it just keeps on progressing and progressing. It keeps on slapping on all these things. It's like once you get used to the whole sci-fi aspect, it's like boom, we have this religious aspect, and boom, there's time traveling, there's these religious undertones,
And then
and
there's Key and the
then,
cycle,
yeah,
and then
then
you
the
see dead
key
people,
is on
and
and
then like
off. It's just like, what the fuck? And then evil fucking evil fucking evil
that's the epitome of the series. There is a character called Evil O.
the whole
Kristen All-Star does
concept of
not have an
evil
Evil O. Dragon Ball Z doesn't have an Evil Goku. You know, okay. And if you don't include the movies, in the main character it doesn't have an Evil Goku. You know, it's just JoJo does not
It
have an
just and
evil
even then, if there is the evil
JoJo.
version, they don't strictly say, "Yeah, this is the evil version." They at least come up with a creative name for it. But this is just like,
Exactly. It's
"Oh,
not
evil
literally
low."
called Evil O. And the only difference is he's bigger, he's an android cyborg thing that they don't explain what the hell he is, and he's a bit meaner. That's it.
Which is something
That's
compared
his
to,
powers.
which just comes something. That doesn't say much of anything when compared to the violence hero of the story. I'm
Exactly.
already
Like
violent.
the
He's a
guy,
violent version of
chapter
you. I'm
one,
already
beats
violent.
people
Yeah,
up
he's like,
with
so what
stones.
is it like? More violent hero, evil,
And then the thing
Violence
is,
villain and then whatever.
like, what?
extra violent?
And the
I don't
thing
know.
is, though, what I think the series should have done is take a Nachi and focus on the Nachi story. You know, like the whole thing of forgiveness is far more interesting than him bear hugging his brother to death, then finding out his father, and the mess that the father arc is just
Yeah,
a
the final
mess.
arc was just. so messy, and there's just I don't know. It kind of felt like the mangaka, he wanted to do like different series, but he didn't have the time to, so he
Or
decided to just
he wasn't
put
allowed
everything.
to, so it's like, I'm just gonna throw it all in. Like, You know, it would be
It's,
more interesting if they
again,
did
it's an
JoJo style.
enjoyable series because like you're just reading it, it's
Yeah, it's
fun,
really for
but
the
then it's
blood
just
and
like when you
guts and
think
stupid.
about it, it's just like, oh my
Better
god, like
fun, stupid story to read than most stupid stories. You know.
yeah,
Well, okay, I'll throw in my. Any more to say, Falcon, or no?
that's it.
Just
Okay.
please shoot.
All right, so this goes my opinion. I think you're all wrong now, man. Messing around with you.
And
But
Riki-Oh's masterpiece full of
It's a
symbolism.
masterpiece of
I
art.
don't
Just
understand the.
Fuck North
Tokyo
Star, it's all about
and
Riki.
Naruto with masterpieces. Like,
No, but
uh,
all serious now is that I do feel that you could keep everything as it is from all the way to the end of the the brother portion, all that like
yeah,
all that.
that's a good
I
start.
think
Like,
what to wrap it up, it didn't needed like a small storyline, like just maybe not as long as
just something to
father portion.
humanize them both.
Yeah, yeah,
Just like
it needs a small storyline so Riki-Oh can recover his humanity if you want to go that
exactly.
route. But yeah, I just feel like the whole father portion, Lipstick Man, as much as I
Everything.
like, Joker, RoboCop, Fang Clan appearances,
And,
um,
and it's just like, why? Why are you throwing these in there?
yeah, I know you could throw in like the whole childhood destruction idea, the fact that
Yeah,
they were gonna, Ricky, Nachi's head and Ricky's hand, all that stuff. They could have, they could still work that in. Like maybe you could have worked the father thing, but I think the whole time traveling thing was not really needed, or the. I mean, it could have just been about like a man that was part of the Nazi regime or something, just that,
yeah. Like,
and then he wanted to just you
finish
know,
what he started or something.
conquer, everything, whatever. You could have just left it at that. I don't think you had to throw in the whole.
I'm your father.
I mean, it would have been fine if Rikyo, like, was having doubts of wanting to, kill his father and all that. But the
Yeah.
son is an evil man regardless, so he should have, off him off anyways. I think
That'd be
the
harsh.
final, you could have kept the part, where he sent, the whole five seal thing, just. Instead of like the lipstick man, it could have just been the father, just stabbing him with the chest or something.
Yeah.
Then he goes on the ground, helps the people there, like restores humanity
Recovers.
there, fights his father, and then he kills him. He kills him, but doesn't feel bad about it. Basically, he buries him,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, and then with the spirit of his brother, he ends up like
He ends up going to the tricycle fairyland.
yeah, with
Yeah.
his brother, he destroys his, with the spirit of his brother, defeats his father.
Basically, the ending of Star Wars
Yeah,
Episode 6, basically.
yeah,
They all become Force ghosts,
yeah. There
and they
you
all
go.
chill out.
Yeah, there you go. The father.
Basically.
Yeah, like actually, what would be a nice twist to like this could also lead to Star Wars. Actually, how
Yeah.
it should have ended. That it turns out that when whoever Riki-Oh kills, it actually like converts their soul into like purity. Like that way, all the
Yeah.
villains he killed would end up being like recovered to humanity and they go to heaven.
Yeah.
Something. Well, I don't know. Maybe that'd be
Yeah.
interesting, or maybe others just go to hell. I don't know. I don't fucking know, but. Yeah, like
Because the thing is,
there you go. There's my what if ending for Riki-Oh.
because the thing is also, like, in the start of the series, whenever you kill someone, is I will take your karma and purify it to hell, something along those
Yeah, he
lines. Like,
said I'll send your karma straight to hell. So
yeah, something like that. And he's thinking, okay, and where are these karma going? Where's the bodies? It's like a tagline. Like, it makes no sense. Where something like "you're already dead" tells you what's happening. You're already dead, or judgment, order, order, order. It's just noises like automatopoeia. Like, and then okay, so okay, if you were to explain the series in one sentence, I think that's the final thing. What would it be? Hero.
tragic.
No, one sentence. You can use that.
Oh,
You can use.
oh yeah, sorry, I was thinking one word.
No.
Because I think the direction where the story's heading with the whole not redemption, repentance. Yeah, I think repentance is the biggest strength
Yeah,
of the story more than anything. Because
that's
obviously,
basically it.
yeah, that's the reason why you had to give him like a really like selfish reason to abandon his kin, his brother, and then having to uh, fix his mistakes of his past life and move on with the future because it
Yeah,
really like you could end it with a really fucked up ending with him killing his brother and everyone dying would could be like Devilman in that respect the
yeah,
greater message would be the message is being told to you but I do feel like giving it an extra strength of actually restoring his humanity and
yeah,
getting over his grief would be like the perfect way to end the story like on a even though it would still be on a sad note, but anyways, it would be like I do feel that's the direction you should go to. The
Yeah.
problem with Riki-Oh is just that a lot of the prehistory events, prior to
It's just
the
sort of put in this
yeah,
mist. You don't understand what the
everything
hell is going on.
yeah, everything that happened in the past just kind of raises a little bit of questions of how they fit into they do fit in continuity, but it's
But they're really
forced.
clunky in how
Yeah,
they fit.
it's really forced in there just to make it like.
We're trying to be deep and meaningful. Just shove it in.
Yeah. It's like you could
Well,
take down religious
Falcon.
elements a bit, like him being discovering that he's actually Jewish. Like that's fine, that's perfect. The Nazi thing, it makes sense. It makes sense of him being Jewish descent, and then his then the whole the father being actually a Nazi and all that shit. It makes sense, about it would have been like a really that Riki-Oh could have been the poster boy for the Jewish community really, but it isn't done too well, and then his design's good, the art's good. It's just that his design's a little, how can I put this, a little too plain when it comes to like attire. Like the most thing that sticks out is his camouflage raincoat.
Like that's it. Like,
ooh,
he's got a raincoat, which is camouflage. Ooh.
I don't know, like his design's fine. I guess it just needs a little.
Yeah, but it's just like Kenshiro, you have the iconic sort of biker thing with him.
Yeah.
With Rao, you got his horse. You got Toki with his simple rags, and it exemplifies the character's
Jaggy with
personality.
Jaggy with Riki-Oh, he just got the leaf flower flute. The Star of David really is the most distinguished.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Just
and then
star.
And that's when I said earlier in this is the David Star, because it's basically Fist of the North Star, but with a lot of Jewish undertones. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just that the ideas and concepts are handled so badly. It's just like I'm looking at some more as a review and a critique. Then, like the blood and guts and art is good, but the story element is so random, and it's like, okay, so is it contemporary times? Is it near future? Is it far future? Are we talking, are we, if we ever have slave robots, and then there's giant elephants, and they have giant musket-style guns, and like, I'm sorry, what's the tech level of this? Like, Fist of the North Star, you kind of make clear, like you don't see many guns. Most people use crossbows. It's clear. With JoJo, it's like there's not really any sort of sci-fi characters. So you can say, oh, it's kind of contemporary sort of times, and even like in JoJo Part 4, like you move the timeline up to like near 1996. So you end up having a SNES, you had an N64. It sort of keeps with the times. But Riki-Oh, it just throws these things, and it gives no logical explanation. There is no time to sit and think on the character that you have with, say, Fist of the North Star, Kinnikuman, JoJo, Sakura Takojuku, or any of these series. That you just sit down, think, and say, what is the character like? Because you're going from arc to arc to arc to arc to arc. There is no and the chapters that try to do this are basically just throwing more stuff at you. You never have the chapter where you have Ken, saving the old man from a rice bandit, or Jotaro, just chilling and having some side of the characters doing some stuff. You never have some human side. You see Riki-Oh just going in, punch, punch, punch. I'm done here, basically. That's what's missing from Riki-Oh.
Falcon.
But that's my final thing.
All right, Falcon. Any final thoughts? Any more?
I mean, I don't know. Everything we've pretty much said. I mean, it's a series that had potential. It had, it had the right idea at certain points, but then just got really messy.
Just as messy as the kills.
Yeah, just as messy as the violence. Which, mind you, the violence is just fucking amazing.
It's worse than North Star in terms of violence scale.
I mean, if you're into really violent manga, then you should have an absolute blast with the series. And
it's
the art's
Berserk level sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is seinen, so
it makes sense.
Territory.
But it's seinen aren't as violent, or
Yeah, because I mean, the comparisons to Fist of North Star, they're clearly there. I mean, you could say that Riki-Oh was just like we said before in the beginning of the podcast, that it feels like an unofficial prequel to Fist of North Star in some ways.
In between Blue Sky and North Star.
Basically, who knows? Maybe the Jewish events could have happened the same time as Blue Sky's events.
Well, they take place in the same place because Blue Sky takes place in Shanghai.
The same historical events.
Just Shanghai was the whole visa only city, which they reference in Riki-Oh. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, you're playing on this.
Okay, to end this, we're gonna like just speak of Riki-Oh as a character, not as a series, because I'll already said my piece. Because I remember last in 2015 when I made the manly character list, a lot of people were a little bit upset with the like, how can Guts lose to Riki-Oh? Like,
Yeah, how can Guts lose to Riki-Oh? How'd you do that, hero? Guts has so much lore potential, but Riki-Oh was just he's this crazy guy with a flu. He just punches things.
I don't know, like.
Just punches
So
things.
you think Guts is the better character, or I don't know, the manly character?
Okay, right.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
Riki-Oh is a finished series. There's no spin-offs. There's nothing else we can add to Riki-Oh, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe tomorrow they'll release a spin-off of this podcast. With Guts, we have a clear character progression that is still ongoing.
Except that he's been absent for a couple of years, so.
Yeah, okay, he's been on a boat for 7 years.
Hey, boats!
Well, he got off the boat. He got off the boat recently, so
Finally.
you know, he got off the boat.
The boat.
But like the thing is, like, if you look at Guts from the start and Guts at the current moment, there is a clear distinction.
Yeah, I know.
Guts at the Black Swordsman arc is a lone wanderer at Kenshiro level of lone wandering. At the current point, he's his own little party. He's got his healer, he's got his range, he's got his rogue, he's got his meat shield. You know, he's got his little party. He has his meat shield.
Yay.
You know. But as you look at Riki-Oh, and the thing is, there is a lot of grounded potential with him. But how he is delivered is done bad. If, for example, there was a backstory that dealt in between the events, or tried to clarify some of the past events, perhaps we met a descendant of Riki-Oh, you know, or something that's sort of like, or something like a Fist of the Blue Sky sort of thing. Because it's sort of like with Fist of the Blue Sky. With Fist of the Blue Sky, we had more in detail in regards to, you know, sort of the rival version of Hakuto Shinken, which came out from Part 2. And initially, Part 2, Hakuto Shinken was kind of flawed and bad and felt rush. Well, with Fist of Blue Sky, you have more of an interesting thing. I mean, we've got Nazi Rao out of Fist of Blue Sky. Like, there is potential of Riki-Oh doing something like that. But at the moment, Riki-Oh feels very bland as a character in terms of compared to Guts. Whereas Guts has a clear progression, he improves the character, he becomes more trusting. But the thing is, he's still motivated by revenge, and that's just, whereas Riki-Oh is still motivated by repentance, you know, and that's potentially where it comes back down to taste. With Guts, his revenge is sort of lessened over the time. He wants to now heal Casca instead of killing Guts, killing Griffith, and this is shown by him willing to go to the Elf Island and stay on a boat for 7 years, whereas with Riki-Oh, he kills his brother, and then he goes on killing more people, and more people, and more people, more people, and just like, where is repentance if you are killing things? Huh?
And not only that, he's killing them, like, very violently.
Very, and the thing is, like, especially after he kills his brother, even like some of the people witnessing, like, well, Riki-Oh used to kill them quickly and mercifully, like, which we noticed, but he's killing them with more, trying to inflict more pain, like, if a man wants repentance, perhaps he should be more merciful, you know, or does he just want to seek revenge?
Maybe not punch a dude's face off.
Yeah,
you know?
like he becomes Black Swordsman level Guts in terms of vengeance and bloodlust, you know, post killing his brother. Like he goes from Kenshiro to Guts after killing his brother. Like, but then again, I'm just a crazy bad man who lives in a bunker.
Yeah, I know. So basically, your opinion is that I should have swapped them around, basically.
Perhaps that's just my opinion. Because, like, again, if Riki-Oh had more background and more humanizing element, maybe. But like, the stuff they give us is random, out of the place, and there's no coherent order. And it's not done intentionally. It's just like, here you go. Here's Cyborg, and here's him.
I'm
still confused by the fact that he's able to convince a robot, hey, you're human, by going, hey, you're human. Then he does it twice. The second time, the robot goes, I must get my humanity back, charges Bison, only gets slashed in half and have his guts spilled all over the window. Like,
because I initially put him higher mostly because of the brother aspects more than anything.
Yeah.
That's the reason why, but Falcon, what are your opinions on that video between Riki-Oh and Guts?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, it's your list anyways. In the end of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
Yeah,
plus
but I wanna.
it's a finished list.
I know,
So,
but I want opinions. I just.
all right, I'll
I,
give you
Alright,
my
I
opinion.
want the opinions of my friends here. Just.
I'm
All
drunk.
right,
I'm Pepsi.
not random people that write you essays. All
Yeah.
right. Oh God. Um, I mean, I don't know. See, because like the thing with Riki-Oh, I mean, he's undoubtedly badass. I mean, just
Yeah, there's no
shit he
doubt about
does.
that.
And then, but it's hard to say because obviously Guts is the better character.
Yeah,
But like in terms of manliness, it's kind of just boils down to like what you consider
man.
manly. It's
Yeah.
like you could range. It's one of those things because like
Like, sorry, building on that fact, like for me, manless is what Guts is more than Riki-Oh. With Guts, he takes responsibility for his actions and works to improve himself. With Riki-Oh, he tries to take responsibility for him running on his brother for a tricycle, which I still find amazing. He run
yeah,
up his
no,
brother for a
that
tricycle.
was dick move. I'm like, dude, you're not
It's
Riki-Oh, that's
stupid.
Dicky-O,
That's like
man.
a Griffith level dick move here. We're talking here. Like it's a
Dicky-O.
tricycle. Like
I'm like,
the
oh
gold
man,
tells you
Dickishiro.
more power, but a tricycle? Like you run off on your brother, leave him to potentially die for a tricycle.
How old was he at that time? He was like what?
He was
Like
like
I,
5.
I think it's less than 10, man. Bro.
I
What
don't
kid
know.
wants a tricycle at 10?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was just because see that's the thing with Riki-Oh. I mean, like we did get a bit of his backstory, but like
Why so
you never
stupid?
feel like you really know his character. Guts, you
Yeah,
kind of feel like you know him. You've
like you
seen.
could
I
sort
mean,
of
you've seen
be
him as
like
a
him.
kid. I mean, you've seen Guts get raped, man. That's how well you know him. You've seen him get raped. You've seen him have sex, man. You've gone in deep with him. You've gone
you,
in
you were
deep.
like you were
You
the
know
cameraman watching
Guts.
his moves.
Exactly, man. You're
You
like
were there when the eclipse happened. You saw
exactly.
everything
You've
that made him
been
into the
there.
man he is.
You
Riki-Oh,
see,
we just interrupt in his like generic life blowing shit up. Like, I don't give a
because like when
shit.
I see Riki-Oh, I don't really see a man seeking redemption. I just see this man just punching the shit out of people
His
and
violence
body parts
Jack.
exploding.
He just violence Jack.
Yeah, I
Violence
know.
Kenshiro.
Mm,
Because like at least with Guts, you can kind of see like okay, he's
You
going
know, he
through a
was
lot. He had a lot
betrayed,
of shit
lost some
happen in this
trust.
dude's
You know, there's a logical explanation for how he thinks. You act and think like he's an actual character, a human being. Why is he being touched? Last time someone touched him, he was raped. Why does he distrust humans? Because his best friend betrayed him to become a demigod. Like that makes some sense. I would be distrustful of my friends if all my mates were just slaughtered and I was blinded and were left with a hand cannon for a hand, which is pretty cool. But still, hand cannon for a hand.
mm.
With Riki-Oh, okay, Riki-Oh, so you left your brother because you went after a tricycle. You then lived a comfortable life. Only then, when you found out by a crazy Yakuza guy who bankrupted your family, did you go and try and find your brother, which then led you to get imprisoned. Uh huh. Okay, Riki-Oh, I understand. Uh huh. Then after you break out of prison, you then go after and kill a bunch of people. You then enter a Thunderdome. You then convince a robot to commit suicide because you're trying to be human. And then you reach your brother. You then cause the biggest earthquake potentially in the series. You're still asking for repentance at this point, correct? And then you go out and try to kill your own father. Sorry, what's repentance we're asking here?
Yeah,
Like
but in terms of if
like
he's manlier than Guts or not, like I don't know. I personally think, I mean, I can't
Guts is
use him
like
for that.
Batman, basically. Come on,
Yeah, because like Riki-Oh's
fucking
badass. I
Batman.
wouldn't say he's that manly. He has manly moments, but I wouldn't say he's manlier than Guts, because Guts is, I
Batman.
guess you could say
Guts
more
is
of a
Batman.
man. You
Guts
know?
is Batman. Like
Uh,
he doesn't have superpowers. He has a hand cannon and a sword. That's it. Ricky has a magical
well,
fist that can blow shit up.
Mm.
okay.
But yeah, but like even then, probably just switch a play. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
Well,
end
anyways,
of the day, it's
we
a
need to wrap this up soon.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
basically, after having this discussion, you know what I think?
What?
What?
I think I fucked up.
Well, like, lad, we all have to improve here. We all have to improve.
Now we should have a podcast for every series we talked about, and
Oh
then I
no.
don't know. Maybe in the end, Kenshiro might not even be #1.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he's
Might have been
dead.
Oyaji the whole entire time,
Maybe
man.
Wars Man should have been #1, or Robin
Because
Man.
all Oyaji got was a song from Gumball, man. What the fuck?
But it was a sad song. I finished.
I know, but no one knows about Oyaji. I mean, there was one guy in the comments that's like, man, fuck Oyaji. I'm like, no, man, you don't know Oyaji.
Luigi
Oyaji is
Madness.
Oh
Luigi, no. Luigi, you're so manly. You're the most realest man there is.
Dude, he is. I mean, just look at his face. That's manliness. He oozes, he sweats manliness, man. He has chest hair.
Who's more
Kenshiro doesn't
manly
even
than
have
who's
chest
more
hair.
manly than a man fight Luigi or Kenshiro? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I mean,
no.
Oyaji is just, he is manliness.
I know. I was thinking of
He's
OG as
he
number one
is
at one
straight
point.
to manliness.
I was thinking OG as number one at one point. With all honesty, just that I just didn't feel he had the right
Oh,
right
screw
staying,
you.
the
I
staying
think we
power.
came back to
If
cut.
Kenshiro had a stand, it would be Oyaji, man.
Exactly. The one who stood behind him. The manliest man.
Hold on, we need to wrap this up like in 5 minutes.
Oh,
It's gonna turn.
Okay, alright.
It's gonna turn into 2 hours at this rate.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's gonna
Oh,
1 hour,
yeah.
1 hour and 50 minutes on Riki-Oh. So I'm like, oh shit.
And
So
Luigi.
anyways, okay, guys, like to anyone listening to this, I guess I could say that I think I fucked up. I should have swapped Ricky and Guts around because even when I made Riki-Oh video, I was thinking like when I finished making it, I was kind of thinking like, wow, I thought I would think I actually had a lot more to say. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I just didn't read enough or reread enough for this video. I don't know, but I'll just put it up anyways. But now looking back, I'm thinking,
And now you got to own your own repentance and get that tricycle back.
I think I probably should have swapped them around afterward.
It's alright, man. It's still a
I
good
don't know.
list.
I know it's still a good list, but
Yeah, it's still a good list, but it's like you screwed up on
it
one.
only took me a year to realize my mistake.
Some people it takes more than a year, sometimes like 10 years of trying to find your brother who turns out to be a crazy
you
demon.
never know. You never know. Maybe by the time I'm like 40 something, having my own family and kids, I'm thinking, you know, Oyaji probably should.
Luigi should have been #1. The shit he's done, man. The shit he's done.
I don't know,
It's
but
like Go Guy.
no, but I think the overall symbol is still Kenshiro though, because I mean,
Yeah.
just look at him. Like even though there's other characters way before him, like obviously Go-Go and even Lupin to some extent, just
Lupin is not manly. He's a crook.
whatever.
If anything, I'm
He's
looking
a
forward to
gentleman.
Potter-kun. I'm looking forward to Potter-kun in Persona 5 being the new Lupin because using him as a
well,
soda.
so you're gonna say something about Robin Mask, like
Robin Mask should be on that list.
I thought Robin.
The Wars Man.
Well, but man, Ramen Man could shoot 2 tigers from his hands, man. 2, not just 1, but 2 tigers.
And the Wars Man is fighting Vega, and he had Robosax. His father had Robosax.
Yeah, Robosax is just so. I mean, his dad had Robosex with the woman. I'm thinking like, how does that work? And you give birth to this Robo children child.
Exactly. His dad was
The Kinnikuman's a whole new podcast, man. Kinnikuman's a whole
Yeah,
new
Kinnikuman
podcast.
is another topic because I don't know.
That's a 5-hour video.
Let's just remember one thing.
What?
Warsman's father is a Ouija confirmed.
His father's
Because
what?
only a real man can have Robosax.
Oh, Robosax. Hold up, I'll play the Robosax in a bit. It's like
Oh
Robosax because I don't know where the original call went, but.
oh god, it's like 400 first ever.
Hold up. Here he comes. Here comes the Robosax. Yeah, there's our Robosax. Okay.
Well, yeah, Robert Mask, he's a manly man father who tries to improve his son, even though he's speaking with Scottish accent in the dub, which makes no sense.
He's not supposed to be Scottish. His son's an asshole.
Sean Connery's
evil,
Scottish.
man.
Not like Braveheart Scottish, but like Sean Connery's Scottish, which makes no goddamn sense. He's meant to be a Londoner, not a Scotsman. Ah. Okay. I think we're done here.
Yeah, I think we're done with Riki-Oh. So
Okay.
basically, guys,
Straight out with
Riki-Oh
Robosax.
is a manly series. If you just
This is the David Star.
I think it's
This
the
is the David Star.
yeah, this is David Starr, because I think the problem with it is probably the more emphasis on the action than the story context. I suppose more than I think that's his greatest flaw, that it doesn't think things through too well. And also that now you can make fun of me for fucking up the manly character list. So
We all make mistakes here,
Oh.
Flash.
oh no, like I need to put a.
I'm sorry.
Apology video.
You need the South
No.
Park version. I'm sorry.
This is the apology
Sorry.
video.
Yeah, like anyone's going like, come all the way to the end. I knew it. Fucked up.
Usually the sound like, I'm sorry. So sorry.
Uh,
Sorry.
yeah,
Like you just do different poses.
I don't know.
And Luigi has
Hold up,
confidence.
I got something to end this off. Once I can find it, like I guess it's gonna be a running gag from now on. Is that oh shit? Once I can get there, yeah. Is that well? I guess I'm gonna go cry in the shower, guys. Excuse me.
Go back in your corner. You shit tasting boo. Just remember, kids, the one true waifu is Yunogasa.